지켜볼 수 없다. 이제는 내가 직접 나서야 할 때가 된 것 같구나. 형제들, 거울 높이 들어. 첫 번째 저수백에 더 이상 패배란 존재하지 않는다. 이 땅에 영광의 전투가 펼쳐지리라. 엔타로 GSL.
I can't stop breathing. I'm only burning. We always run.
아프리카 TV 프리고 스튜디오 라이브 2020 GSL 시즌 3 코리아's Last Stand.
I feel like dancing with this music.
Yeah.
This is good stuff. Guys, what's up? Welcome to another day here of the GSL Codex. It's Season 3 after wrapping up our, I guess, most disappointing finals of all 40-plus GSLs that we've done. We're here to redeem it with a better finals this time around and a better season overall.
Before we really get into it, could I ask you a question real quick?
Please.
Are the Zealots' Psy Blades and the plasma shields that protect all Protoss things made out of the same thing?
My guess is no.
They're not made out of the same
I'm almost 100% sure no.
Okay, okay.
What about your guess here?
I started to question it for a moment.
I feel like if sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was watching that starting video, and Artanis is like, he's standing there, he's like, oh, I need this gauntlet thing. He starts putting it on. I'm like, don't you have plasma shields? And I'm like, but armor upgrades exist, and
Well, here's
plasma
the problem.
upgrades exist. Why don't you put armor on your plasma shields instead of on your body? That would scale better.
If the Psy Blades are made out of the same material that the shields were, I would imagine after a couple of attacks they'd all be gone. You would have run out of them.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
A Zealot could maybe fight for 20 seconds, and then it's over. He's got to run. That's what Charge was actually for.
So we finally have a great balance suggestion
That's
for the
right.
game.
Yeah. Blizzard, hope you're taking notes. Today, Dark Creator, TaeJa, and Zest. Now, this is one where there's definitely favorites and definitely underdogs here. Creator, a great player, but consistently not getting deep in GSL. Always in GSL, but never advancing too far.
Dude, yeah, no, it's a tragic story, him. And then, of course, we have Dark and Zest, who are both semi-slumping right now, I think, but were doing great like 6 months ago. And then we have TaeJa, who is actually my pick to get out of the group over everyone else. Like, not necessarily in first place, but I'm most confident he will make it out because he's very steady, whereas Dark and Zest are so up and down.
Yeah.
Holy
no, you're right.
crap, they're up and down. Like, this guy right here, he was the best Zerg in the world at the end of last year.
In the old days.
Whole last year, he looked amazing.
When they gathered in groups.
Yeah. Whenever I see pictures of those days, I'm like, you fools, why aren't you wearing masks?
Wear your masks. You're going to cough on each other and get coronavirus. Back when players and casters flew on metal birds.
Crazy things, crazy things.
But we've seen this with a lot of players. To what you were saying about him kind of semi-slumping here, we've had players who have come out and dominated everything, and then it just, they can't write it out.
Yeah.
And we're going to see if Dark can redeem that a little bit here today. Hoping to end the year on a strong note here as far as GSL goes. Now, Creator, look, this guy is skilled. If you've been following the GSL for the last 10 years, you can definitely say he's consistently been here for all of it.
He probably has the weakest mentality of all the pro gamers.
I agree 100%. And I think he's on some level his own worst enemy.
Oh, for sure.
And
like I bet you he'll play like a magnificent game and then screw something up and then just fall into a pit of despair and lose from there.
It's possible. It's absolutely possible. It's also tricky for him, right? Because Dark is clearly supposed to win here.
Yeah, he is.
I wanted to talk about our other players, but we're actually going into this a little bit faster than we normally do for the show. Anyways, game 1 is starting. This is Dark vs. Creator on Ice and Chrome. The winner goes to the winners match, Group B of the GSL.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. 초지원이 들어왔다. 함께일 때 우리는 더욱 강하다. 드래곤 피닉스 게임 딱 악령. 지리어 클리스 크리에이터 장현우.
So, Creator's a player, and stay with me on this one because this might sound a little bit weird at first, but Creator's a player in
Sorry,
some
you
ways.
lost me.
Okay, let me just try again. Can I start over from the beginning?
Yeah.
Creator's a player I'm kind of interested in.
Yeah.
And in the sense that I want to see if he can overcome this hump. You know, StarCraft 1, as an example, had players who did play for 10 years and then finally hit their stride. And, you know, Creator is clearly a player who's good enough to get through brackets, that's for sure, to take out good players, but he's not able to polish up his play in the way that the other top players have, despite being among them.
Yeah.
It's not like Creator's a player in a more obscure part of the world, at least compared to esports in Korea. And, you know, it has a certain set of, a certain set of disadvantages.
Certain set of,
A certain set of, I can't breathe. He's not coming in, you know, let's say playing from a place where, you know, the servers are weaker. There's nobody that plays StarCraft there. Maybe there's a language barrier. You can't communicate with other players to pick their brains in the same way. He definitely is in the place where if you're going to excel in StarCraft, you can do it. And he does get to a very high level. He qualifies for GSL more times than I can count.
Yeah, it's a decent
So,
amount.
I'm waiting to see when or if he will ever be able to get to the next level. And not just do it as far as results, but do it as far as play.
Well, he was there in 2012, right? He was really fantastic in 2012, and he's basically slumped ever since. We know that he has a terrible mentality overall. His teammates have joked about it. We've seen it in the studio where he gets unbelievably furious when he's losing. I can't imagine a player being like that, by the way. That's just a shock to me. But, you know, that is... I don't think he's going to pull out. Like, you got to look at it in the long term, right? This has been forever now. And he's not, it doesn't seem like he can do it.
And I think
normally I believe in players, but I'm like, well, dude, it's been 8 years since your last good finish.
And, you know, if you look at this group as an example, I don't think this is a group where we can say, oh, well, you know, maybe if he does X, Y, and Z, he can come out. I think this group is overall a little bit stronger with some players and a lot stronger with others, like Dark. And so,
yeah,
I mean, I just want to put that out there. And look, I think Creator gets the short end of the stick, despite being one of the greatest StarCraft players that there is out there. You know, being in the GSL, this is a dream come true for any player to even qualify for, right?
Sure.
But because he's the weakest among the top 32 or now top 24,
yeah,
he does get the harshest criticism when casted, right?
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I mean, imagine a story where Creator does overcome. He does manage to start not just causing upsets, but making it look like, yeah, this is a new play, this is a new Creator, and he's finally hit his stride.
Oh, I mean, I would be interested in that. I'm totally down. I mean, the thing is, whoever's going to win, let's have them win. Totally. I'll cast anyone winning. It doesn't matter who.
What are you giggling about, Artos?
Just the stupidest. I had the stupidest joke played out in my head. It was just. But look, I mean, he's already playing all right this game, right? He got 4 kills with his Adept, which is really nice. And look at this. He gets an additional 8. That's really reasonable. Like, he's done some good harassment so far. He's playing a solid game here. It's just we generally don't see him string enough solid games together in a day to get out of a group.
Yeah.
And that's that's kind of the issue, right? Like, things are going to go wrong. You got to remember, StarCraft is not a game of perfect, you know? This is a game that you have to... Things are going to go wrong on both sides. We've had almost 0 perfectly played games. Very close to 0.
And I think that's what makes the game good. You know, I think especially before StarCraft 2 came out, or a lot of people, you know, that think they understand how the game works but don't really understand it, assume that what the best games are both players playing completely perfectly. That's, first of all, almost never happening.
Never happens.
But second of all...
And even whatever we think is perfect, there's actually above that.
Right.
Because as you start getting closer to perfect, you figure out other things you can do. So, like, perfect doesn't truly even exist.
But also, this is a game of chaos. It's a game about putting out fires constantly.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, in StarCraft 2, they tried to make it easier, so to speak, by having everything mechanically be simpler. And it is. You can do all your inputs in an easier way, but then the game goes faster, right? And so that's what you get. But before we talk any more about that, we're about to see a push commence here
and
off of 3 bases.
He hit this reasonably well. He actually has a lot of energy on these sentries.
And I think if Creator's going to win with a push, this would be the situation, at least, where it could be the case.
This is realistic. Okay, kind of dodges those vials. Throws down some good force fields. Some of them get broken. Starting to take down these spores so he can get that prism up closer. He can use that Phoenix as well. Lot of Ravagers here, though.
Yeah, as he's pulling away, these Ravager vials are really zoning the Protoss away and allowing the Zerg to then reconfigure his army into a pretty decent arc over here. Now, as those vials come down, they do crash on top of the Immortal. Dark may have enough to hold off here. A lot of these sentries are getting pushed into the front, which is not what you want to have. The Warp Prism barely gets away, but the Queens are still chipping away at it.
Yeah, and I think it's time for him to run all the way home.
Are we going to have a recall back here, or is he going to try to take the fight off the creep?
Yeah, I think he loses everything if he recalls, so he's got to fight.
Probably right.
Fight and kite. That's what he's got to do.
Kite!
Kite and fight.
How have we not had that said here before?
Well, he's got to kite while he flights, right? It's like fight or flight.
I think you kite while you fight, Artosis.
You do kite while you fight because you're flighting.
I guess it's flight or flight. But if it is flight, it must be kite and fight, really.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do.
It's
okay, we got it. We solved
Unless your units are faster, then it's just flight.
Yeah.
But your units aren't faster here.
You're just a Warp Prism.
Yeah.
Now, the push was held. 4th base is being secured now here for Dark. We just see the Warp Prism coming out. That's the only Warp Prism the Protoss has, so I was wondering if maybe there was a second Warp Prism that he could try to push in here with. But let's see if this can do much, you know. This is a good next step in the game to try to keep the damage output there and try to keep the Zerg under control. The problem is that Dark is incredibly good at the balancing act of continuing to take the lead in the economic race in the game while holding off, not just holding off what's coming at him, but actually trading so well that a lot of times the aggressor ends up exchanging poorly.
Well, this is actually getting very interesting. I gotta say, I like Creator's play this game. I think he's played a beautiful game so far. And now he's going into double Robo Disruptor with Blink. Whereas we see Dark, he's going up to Hive, he's going up to Lurkers, which is, I mean, I think that's the right way to approach this right now, for sure. We definitely have some trending in ZVP going for Lurkers in the later game. But I do like the fact that he's going Disruptors here. I think that this is going to give him some potential if he micros very, very well.
Okay, this is not a bad catcher on this Disruptor. He's not going to be able to save. Oh, that was pretty sick. Oh, great save there by Creator. That was beautiful.
That was really good micro.
That was so cool. The Disruptor shot on the Disruptor. The Lynx spread away, and then it shimmies over to the side. The force field save it. That was so cool. Now, Dark is getting close to maxing out. The creep spread's looking pretty good. Protoss does have a 4th base up here, but with the unit numbers looking like they are, I think there's a high chance it's going to be Creator that's going to have to defend pretty soon here. We do have Storm a little bit under halfway done. Enough Disruptors out that maybe Creator can hold, but I'll say this. I think Creator is playing a good game.
He is.
He's looked good
he
here.
Really is. No, this is solid play, man. Like, he's got 4 bases up. Better than we see most people able to do.
Okay, but this unit group that's out in the middle here, this is something you cannot afford to lose here. Getting caught like that.
Yeah.
And the fact that he lost these important units.
Yeah, he lost like all of his most important units. For some reason, they were standing way up in the front. Well, that overcharge is pretty hilarious, keeping that High Templar alive. That guy was tanking like mad. That was crazy. Oh my God.
So although creators,
that was like watching Heroes of the Storm or something. I'm like, what? Like, how many healers do you have here?
So he held up that initial attack, but a decent number of really high-tech units were lost. The supply is still low. It looks like Dark is going to regroup and probably try to bash in again here. And with lurkers, we want to see where those lurkers get burrowed and if they can be contested right now by Creator. Great harpooning there.
Yeah,
now
really
it's just
nice.
a bunch of stalkers. That's not going to cut it. The lurker is able to burrow so quickly, move closer and closer to the entry point there of that 4th base.
Well, he does have some Psy Storm here. He has those feedbacks as well. We'll see if he can get some of those off. And, I mean, he's making disruptors still, so that's very, very important. In the meantime, a little bit of Zealot harassment. Oh, he's got to move back from that. Oh, my God. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, the Zealots are coming down now. And a lot of destruction here in the main. That Immortal pulled into those lurkers is going to be annihilated very quickly. Both players taking hits on both sides right now. Looks like he might be able to, no, he will not empower that pylon in time, but these stalkers may not be enough to defend. Meanwhile, back inside the main, the Zealot's doing so much damage, so many drones being killed off.
Yeah, get some decent disruptor hits there, and he is going to have to run away from this Nexus. Maybe he's even going to end up losing it. It definitely looks like a dark game.
Yeah,
but
there's been blows on both sides here. The Nexus does go down. Now, there's going to be some catching up to do on Dark side as well, but
pretty good.
Creator doing a good job. Is Dark going to overextend here? I worry, actually. There's so many more Lurkers and Hydras and Ravagers coming through.
Yeah, this is a little bit tough. If only he could hold this off. I mean, he's got some extra Stargates and everything. He wants to switch it up, but he's just forced to continue to warp in units because Dark's bringing so much to the front.
Zealots are coming through right now, and they're going to be destroyed pretty quickly. I think we are seeing the beginnings of the end here. Some more disruptor shots coming out. Dark splitting decently.
He's getting some great shots, there's no question.
Yeah, for sure, but
it's just like too much.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Creator's going to be able to toe the line for much longer here. The last remaining outpost that has, benefits economically is close to falling. The Natural about to be toppled as well, and that's it. GG. Dark takes game 1, but I'll say this: Creator looked good.
He did. He looked good.
Yeah, I think that one moment we saw some of his important key units, like the Disruptors and the Immortals, caught in the middle. Cannot have that.
Yeah, you're very right. If those were all sitting back at his Nexus, I think that the game is not looking like that at all, because then he has force fields to slow everything down. He has 3 extra Disruptors, 1 extra Immortal. Like that, yeah, that was the big misplay that really cost him. You see how brutal this game can be sometimes, because I think he actually played really nicely. Like that was solid play.
He had a good push. I mean, Dark did a great job of holding it, but Dark kind of holds every push, right? So,
but he was still at 60 probes during that, getting some upgrades and stuff. It wasn't all in.
Dark got, Creator got his 4th base up. He just lost a few units. Yeah, he had a good Zealot drop and warp in when he was trying to hold that off. I think he just adjusts a few things, and maybe he can take a game off Dark. We're going to go to Everdream for game number 2. Dark versus Creator right now. Dark with a 1-0 lead.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. 드래곤 피닉스 게임. 닭, 악령. Genial Creator, 장현우.
Right. I'm hoping that we can see another really nice game from Creator. Like, I liked the fact he was going Disruptors. I think that that's nice because, right, Disruptors are actually pretty darn good against Ravagers. You know, Ravagers can't really dodge all that well, and they clump up.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of value in that unit to hit, and they can't really dodge, right? Like, you can always hit one Disrupt, or one Ravager minimum. So, the fact that he did the push with lots of sentries that forced Ravagers and then went directly into Disruptors. And then he also went into High Templars, which are going to help out when your opponent is getting into Vipers and everything later on, right? So I look at it, and it was a cohesive game strategically. You know what I mean?
It looked fine.
Yeah.
It was not like, look, even when you lose, there's games where you lose and you could say, okay, that was a good game by me. That was, you know,
he didn't even seem that mad, actually.
Yeah, 1 or 2 adjustments, and this is going to be fine. Okay, no problem. But, yeah, let's see if he can keep it up. Now, there does seem to be something with Creator, and, you know, we've been casting these, almost all the players here for a long time. There's some newer players that pop up that we're less familiar with, at least compared to, you know, the guys who are always in GSL. But Creator's a player, he's more emotional than a lot of the players, and sometimes this helps players. I think Jaedong is a good example of this, where he was an emotional player, but it seemed like it helped him. He could harness his feelings.
Yeah.
You know, whether he was angry or sad, and that would propel him into a better spot. For other players, it's actually detrimental.
Yeah.
And I worry for Creator that the way that his emotions operate, at least to him, it's something that he probably has to overcome more of. So, you know, the question is, okay, he played a good game in game 1 and had a few things he could have maybe dusted up a little bit, and he might have had a win even. Does he take that, and that is a morale boost for him in game 2, or is he taking this the wrong way mentally and saying, okay, that was so stupid of me to lose those units, and now he's tilted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because to just make it, to paraphrase everything that I've been trying to say, Creator gets tilted. He cannot feed into the tilt.
Okay, so I definitely do agree with you, but we actually have Dark going for that Ling all-in. And Creator's really ready. He actually left 2 units at home instead of having units on the map, which is a huge deal. Huge deal.
If he gets a cybernetics core here, he's going to deny the warp prison, warp for gateways, excuse me.
Oh my God.
And this is going to be really bad for Creator because things start to snowball. Not only that, the gateway's going to go down as well. No warp gate.
Yeah, he's already started the cybernetics core again, but you're definitely right. That's so painful that he lost it.
And there's just going to be more and more Lings coming. Now, one battery is helping out here, but these Lings are going to go for this pylon. There's a second pylon about to finish, but the battery goes down before that's even done.
Oh my gosh. Really tough situation right here.
There's nothing plugging the, well, I guess he's going to use probes to clog that.
God, he just, without the warp gate, with the gateway dying,
yeah,
he has to fight with probes.
Ling is getting much better engagements over here in moments like this.
Well, Dark is still just flooding in Lings. Let's not forget, he does not have many workers behind this, but he's starting to kill the probes now.
Yeah, the problem is that once the Lings get in here, the probes can die incredibly fast.
Yeah.
There's one Immortal coming out here. Now, Lings are actually pretty good against Immortals if they get the surround, and they do get that surround, but the Zealot might be able to break a hole through here.
Yeah, look at this. The nice drill there, actually, on those probes. And will save the Immortal for now, at least. The Zealot doing a lot of work as well.
The worker count's now even, and Lings are not stopping. He is not droning up behind this. More Lings coming in. The Immortal is taken out.
Oh, brutal.
Now, there's no second Immortal on the way here. It's just Adepts. And Adepts, they could be surrounded and probably can't shade away in time. I think just barely Creator did not hold. GG, Dark takes game 1. Wow.
Wow. That's painful. If that isn't proof that Protoss need a door, I don't know what is. No, that was tough. You know, that build has been floating around this entire year, and Dark chose a location for it where it actually wasn't even optimal in my opinion, because a lot of times the 2 Adepts are out on the map when you hit, but Creator just sat there and still could not hold.
He almost did though.
Yeah, it was close at times. It's just too bad. if Warp Gate had finished, he would have held that 100%. Even if he didn't get Warp in then, it's when the new gates finish and he couldn't get units out of them.
Yeah. But once Warp-In is denied, your units are coming out just slow enough. There's not much you can do. Up next, TaeJa versus Zest. We'll be right back.
We set in motion now, destruction every day. There must be an error in our ways. Those faults of ours.
We could be anything.
성능을 언제 어디서나 가볍게 즐기다. 지포스 GTX 1650 그래픽 최신 인텔 10세대 프로세서 탑재. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준 LG 울트라 기어.
싱그러운 청귤이 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
이상한데? 그렇게 작아. 너무 안 보이는데? 보이지가 않잖아. 쓸 수가 없는데? 저거 키워보라고.
성능을 17대 화면으로 언제 어디서나 더 크게 즐기다. WQXGA 초고화질의 17대 화면 16대10 최적의 화면비. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준 LG 울트라 기어.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
상큼한 복숭아가 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
Round of 24. Dark. Creator. TaeJa. Zest. Africa Team. Pre-Go Studio Live. 2020. GSL Season 3. Code is Last Stand.
Last stand is right. TaeJa versus Zest is coming up next. Now, we saw Dark crush Creator back there, but I think Creator had a good game one. I think game two, that could have been any Protoss player. You make a few missteps in the first few seconds and things do snowball. Dark is very good at knowing when to pull the trigger in a rush. But this matchup I'm a little bit more excited for. It's been so cool to see that TaeJa is back and looking as good as any other top tier Terran.
Yeah, he looks great. In fact, he knocked Dark out of the qualifier, the first round qualifier. And don't forget, earlier this year, I think it was season 1, one of the best games of the year, Dark versus TaeJa. That was just a great series.
Yeah.
He's in good shape. And the thing is, we've seen him falter a little bit in TVP. It was almost as if he didn't really believe in himself for the matchup. But honestly, when I look at these two fighting each other, I think the right play here for TaeJa, look at that, Zest is taking the mask off. Wow. His chiseled chin probably would have ripped through it anyways during the match. But no, I think actually when I think about these two and their strengths and everything, I think TaeJa should want to go to the late game against Zest here.
Well, Zest seems to have a certain play style where he's very in your face, he's very dangerous early on, but it's kind of like you're trying to survive a bull attacking you and you gotta use your red flag and outmaneuver him a couple times and then you can eventually spear him and take him down. And then Pete is really upset. But it doesn't matter, the bull's dead and you beat Zest.
Yeah, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Game one, Ice and Chrome is up. Let's see what happens.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. 전투 지원이 들어왔다. 함께 있을 때 우리는 더욱 강하다. 팀 리퀴, 태자, 윤영석. Read your edge game. Zest, 주성.
All right. So, you know, Zest really is all about optimizing his play and having like the most units he really can at certain moments. And, having some great execution, that type of thing.
Some of the best timing attacks combined with some of the best tactics.
Yeah.
And I think out of all the players that you think of when you say the unit adept, I think he's the guy that comes to mind for most people. You know, Zest really was somebody that was showing just what you can do with an adept, how abusive you can be.
Yeah, I feel like Zest's play is kind of like he's trudging through Newtonian solids, right?
What did you say?
It's kind of like he's trudging through Newtonian solids. So, like,
okay, Newtonian solids.
Yeah. So, you know, if he just kind of like works on his play in whatever given metagame, he'll go through somewhat slowly, right? But he's got to find his stride, and eventually he can get on top of it, and he can run. But when he falters, when someone knocks him down, when his little metagame that he's doing gets solved, falls back in.
Yeah. Makes sense.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're on board.
I was going to basically say exactly what you said, almost word for word.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
isn't it?
Yeah. This is pretty cute. The bunker behind the Nexus. You cannot transfer probes in over here. 2 Reapers come inside.
Ah, that's an SCV.
Oh, excuse me. An SCV is really just a slow Reaper without jump or gun or Tosis.
Yeah, that's true. That can build things too.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if a Reaper can build things. We've never tried, but.
Yeah, we're not Terran players. We probably can. All right.
So this is annoying, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Stalkers can try to chip away at this, but it's a lot of damage. And it's hard to mine from these locations. As you can see, the SCV, if controlled perfectly, can actually duck into the bunker.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing micro from TaeJa. Definitely very, very impressive. Look how much damage he's actually put on those. And then he runs up
God,
to the scout.
so great.
Oh, man. So painful. Of course, Zest's actual tech is proxy out on the map right now. He's going to get a probe, too!
And I don't think he's going to get any more here, but this is really incredible play here by TaeJa. Now, let's take a look on the other side of the map here. It's Marauders. I don't see any defense over here at the natural.
No, he might be in some trouble from this. That's for sure. Look at this. Oh, my gosh. There's going to be a mine popping out here in a second, but he's getting some serious damage done here.
And these SCVs can run away, but they don't have anything to fall behind to.
And not a lot of energy left here. He actually turns it off. I'm surprised. I thought he might go and kill at least one more, but
yeah, me
look,
too.
He's got 2 Marauders with concussive, so he can actually kill these.
Now remember that one of these Stalkers took some damage early on to the Reaper, so it's like really annoying here. But as you can see, Zest does seem to just barely have enough.
Yeah, it seems like when all is said and done from these early scuffles, Zest did get the upper hand with the Oracle.
Now there is a Widow Mine right over here, but if that's avoided, there can even be a few more kills on SCVs. So this is one of the more unusual PvT early games we've had.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah, it's a lot of weird things happened. They both did pretty unusual builds, and then they both held pretty well. So this is going to be fun to see where the game goes exactly from here.
Zest going ahead and getting his Blink upgrade and 3rd Nexus. We should probably see an explosion of gateways coming out of him pretty soon here. But that's the type of thing you have to look out for when you're playing against him, right? He's kind of like the early Reaper did pretty well, but it did pretty well for a Reaper, right? Which is not really, it's not like Zest is actually behind from it. It was an okay start, but then to have the Oracle fly in and do that much damage, and then you gave him 2 Marauders, like, and the 2 Marauders for 2 Stalkers is like, oh, okay, we can make that trade and pretend it's not bad for Terran, but you got the concussive shells, and that's what you did. You made 2 Marauders, that's what you did with that?
Yeah, it was exciting because Reapers almost never do anything anyway, so to see a bunker put there and to see the cool micro, but you're absolutely right in that. Oh, hold on, hold on.
God.
Oh my God!
All right, GG.
That is one way to lose the entire game.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
All right, let's put this player to sleep. Let's go.
My God.
There is just not very much you can do against this.
No, there's really not.
I can't believe he lost those 2 medevacs, but...
Oh, that was, you know, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Where your opponent's units just happen to be there and you really didn't think they would be there. Believe me, he did not want for those Stalkers to be there right then. He did not expect.
That wasn't part of TaeJa's plan, was to lose those 2 medevacs?
No, not so much. All right. Zest smashing face like first game.
Yeah. Liquefying face.
Yeah.
Turned the face. He didn't smash it.
Vaporizing face.
I think he turned the face into liquid juice and then drank it.
I think he put it through a blender with his protein and then drank it.
Yeah. I think you're right.
So he just got done at the nerd gym tastes.
Yeah. He said, this will go to my abs.
That's where everything I eat goes.
He got protein shakes.
All goes to my abs.
Yeah, when Artosis and I started, they said, you guys are way too good looking to be esports commentators. Shouldn't you try being models? And we said, hey. Don't try to judge me.
And then I tried to be a model, and they were like, "Whoa,
Hey,
you're way too good
you
at
should try-
esports commentary
Yeah.
to be a model. Why don't you try being an esports
You want to be
commentator?"
model? How about you cover your face up and try to talk about video games?
전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여.
How about you put a bag over your head and talk about computer games?
Yeah.
팀 리퀴드, 태자, 윤영석.
Oh, my mom said I was handsome. You're like, no, she didn't.
You're like, you're right, she didn't.
위주요 SK, 제스트, 주성우.
That hairstyle. It's Edge from Panzer Dragoon Saga.
It's kind of funny the way it is. Seems like it's not styled.
I've only seen one character ever where the hair was combed to the middle like that. That was that reference I made. I'm sure actually knowing how redundant so much of anime is, I'm sure there was plenty of other characters that also had
Yeah,
that.
probably.
Yeah. People are probably tweeting at me angrily right now.
Most likely.
Most of them with avatars of anime characters or Pokemon or K-pop stars. One of those three.
What about the eggs? Can we give
Not
it up
an
for
egg.
the egg bros?
The egg bros are not as common anymore.
No?
No.
Why?
Because Twitter's been around for long enough that if you were somebody who was going to rage on people, you've probably done it enough times that you just actually have a Twitter account that you rage at people on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know?
Makes sense. So no more eggs. You don't want to.
Do you have eggs tweet at you ever on Twitter?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not anymore.
Yeah, I don't feel like I ever see them. So that last game had a cool start. That there was a lot that went on in the early game, a lot more than most StarCraft 2 early games, to be honest. But you know, it ended in a way where the early game didn't really matter. I mean, if you lose your first 2 medevacs full of units and they're going blink,
Yeah.
that's all it takes to die.
Yeah. It was not a great opening for TaeJa, unfortunately, even though the Reaper stuff was neat. The Marauder stuff didn't do what I think he was looking for it to do, and then, of course, took much damage from the Oracle into losing it instantly to the Blink Stalkers. Hopefully he can clean that up a little bit this time. Because the thing is, I think that while Zest can definitely play a late game, I think it's actually the weakest part of his game in PvT. Is this late game.
I think it's the weakest part of his game in general. I think his strongest play is actually the early mid-game and mid-game.
Yeah.
And I do feel like early game in StarCraft 2 is not much of a thing. You know what I mean? A lot of the time.
It's kind of fast-forwarded.
In certain matchups, yeah, there's not... Things pick up in such a way that you can't really say, like, oh, this guy in the first 3 minutes is just untouchable. It's like, what are you talking about? Like,
well, you have, like, 1 to 2 units. And
Yeah.
That's about it.
And most of the game is mapped out so that those 1 to 2 units do not much more than confirm what the other side has and try to check for proxies.
Very true.
Changed a little bit from Wings of Liberty. The Wings of Liberty started the game off at a slower pace. Actually, let me ask you this, since we're going to have a little bit of downtime here. By the way, Dark Shrine being made here for Protoss. Do you like StarCraft 2 with the large boost to the workers that we had in Legacy? Or did you prefer let's say we start at Wings of Liberty where you had 6 workers, which was an upgrade from the 4, an upgrade, I should say, at least in numbers.
Yeah.
Because it does seem like when you have 4 units or 6 units, there's a few more interesting scenarios that can occur.
Yeah.
Where, and to be honest with you, I'm not totally sure where I stand on this either.
Okay.
So I'm really interested to hear your response. But basically, to sum it up, it does seem like if you start out with enough workers, the game shoots itself to a place where, you both get expansions up, and a lot of times you get a third pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But you do tend to miss out on a lot of unique types of rushes that were occurring. Let's say StarCraft 1, 4 workers, or StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty, 6 workers.
Yeah. Well, you're certainly correct in what you're saying here. And actually, I'm going to link you. There's this article on a website called TerranCraft.com where the guy, he writes really nice articles. Oh, look at these ETs warping. That Hellion knows he's in trouble. Hold on. We can talk about that in 1 second here.
Yeah. We'll park it.
Well, he has a Raven, so I guess this isn't going to last long, right? Okay, but yeah, there's an article actually on the worker boost basically saying what you said. That's really nice.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it was such an interesting conversation. I actually had the guy who wrote it on the Pylon Show and talked about this some. So, yeah, it's... I definitely do agree with you. There's like some early game stuff that is missing because of it. I think a lot of people agreed with the article that the game was probably better with slightly less workers.
Yeah, it seems like, especially when it first came out, I was really enjoying the worker boost. I thought it was kind of cool to see the game played in a different way.
Yeah.
But now that I've casted a lot of both phases, I did enjoy a little bit more.
Yeah.
The
it's harder to do riskier early game all-ins and stuff because it's just like everything is... By the time you get across the map, there's so much that's already been mined, you know?
Yeah, well, also if you start out with that many workers, the way that the minerals come in, it makes a lot of sense to expand immediately and defend.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, this is kind of cute. We saw this semi recently as well. Of course, you don't want to get this disabled, but the failed DT rush into Archon drop, I love that we're seeing that cross boundaries, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a big PvZ build for a while, and a lot of times it would just kill them before you even had to morph them into DTs. But, oh, great catch on the ramp, by the way. That was sick.
You know, this crossover of strats and build orders from one match to another is actually strangely common in StarCraft 2.
Isn't that interesting?
It is very interesting because, like, for instance, Hydra Bane, that, like, ended up hitting both ZVT and ZVP.
Yeah.
Really hard on both of them at the same time. Wait, but it was stifled. It started in PvZ, I think, actually, ZVP, and then I think it went to ZVT, if I'm remembering this correctly. But and now this is like the third game in a month that we've seen Archon drops against Terran, you know, which is like, what? Oh my God, that was the sickest!
You're so funny.
Oh!
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man.
Holy! Oh my God!
That was great.
You see that?
Yeah.
That Raven was like, I'm going to get that Colossus disabled. No, you are not. Sit down.
And now TaeJa's got to go back. Protoss is on the third. Terran is going to be taking the third and a second here.
Damn.
Now, is there going to be any counterplay here from the Protoss? Terran might keep
He already
roaming for a little
counterplayed
bit.
Taesus. You saw the Colossus go in the Prism. The game's over, Taesus. Archon drop into that juggle. Oh,
that was sick, man.
that was sick.
So Terran's moving over here to 3 o'clock. I think we may see a pickup, although I don't know if it's a wise decision. There are stalkers. At least we saw them in the main a little bit ago. I don't believe they've been moved. Yeah, they're still there.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to poke from here. See how well that does.
Well, I guess you could get the pylon here.
Yeah, yeah. Cybernetics core as well, I guess. Just trying
What a
to
weird
stop
force
it.
field.
Yeah. Well,
Reapers can jump up there later, Artosis.
yeah. He's opened up the Reaper
That's
path.
right.
Time to make a Reaper
Get
again.
back to your base and start making Reapers out of all your barracks. Well, that was a cool little move by TaeJa. Don't know if it's going to help him out too much as this game continues to pan out, but
It's just a small thing.
more Zealots are coming in here. Both supplies are fairly even. With the +1 weapons and the charge upgrade being done, maybe we see Protoss move out. There is also another Forge coming down here, so maybe Protoss continues to play a passive game and just take a fourth before his opponent.
Yeah, he's actually just kind of going down here to clean up a little bit, it looks like. Blinks down there with those stalkers. Kind of funny to see. But yeah, Zest has a pretty darn strong army. TaeJa is getting to that later portion of the game that I was mentioning. I really want to see him play against Zest.
Yeah.
And again, it's not that Zest is particularly weak in this portion of the game, but I think that TaeJa's always been one of the better late game TVP players. He's always had great Viking micro, great ghosts, great army movements against Protoss in the late game. He's very good at dancing around planetaries for defense and things like that. And yeah, it's like when you get into a position where Zest doesn't have some sort of edge that he's eked out by having a great build order or whatever, I think that's going to be about as good for you as it's going to get.
more Archons coming here. And Terran appears to want to expand down here at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
But we might have an engagement before that. Now, where's the rest of Zest's army?
Yeah, there it is. It's coming in now, and he actually... See, TaeJa's moved out maybe a little bit too quickly here because this is like Zest at his maximum power. Let's see if he can actually break through, though.
Good pickups here on those Colossus. And despite that being a less than ideal engagement from Zest, because his army was spread out, it seemed like an ill-timed moment to be moving on the map here for TaeJa.
Yeah, you could even see with Zest, like he warped in 6 DTs right before that to make Archons.
Yeah.
When you're warping in DTs to make Archons, that's for something very specific because it's actually a bit better cost efficiency normally to do High Templars. So Zest was definitely planning on attacking out there. And so TaeJa meeting him in the center of the map and sieging his tanks when Zealots were already on top of him, definitely costing him a lot there.
No matter the place, no matter the time, we sending
So Zest crushes,
Zest.
yeah, winning 2-0. I think we have an exciting match coming up here with Dark versus Zest. Let's see what Zest can do.
Yeah,
Again, I think Dark is supposed to beat Zest.
I can really see that going either way. I think so far this year, Zest has had a much better year, though. You got Singing Katowice. Dark hasn't really done all that much.
That's true.
Yeah, I think you're right, though, probably. I mean, they both are looking all right, though.
Yeah, they look good.
They've had some rough days so far this year in GSL, but both Zest and Dark looking pretty strong.
Again, both players are expected to get out. We have a short break. Dark or Zest, the winner's match will come after this short commercial.
성능을 언제 어디서나 가볍게 즐기다. 지포스 GTX 1650 그래픽 최신 인텔 10세대 프로세서 탑재. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준 LG 울트라 기어.
잡아 킬 흐림님 힐 그렇지 나 힐 이전 소리끈 온다 잡아 바닥 바로
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
고고! 핫식스!
싱그러운 청귤이 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
성능을 대용량 배터리로 언제 어디서나 더 오래 즐기다. 72Wh 대용량 배터리. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준 LG 울트라 기어. 듀얼 메모리, 듀얼 저장 장치. 고성능을 듀얼 업그레이드로 더 오랜 기간 즐기다.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
상큼한 복숭아가 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
야, 우리 진짜 한 판만 더 이기면 돼.
야 그럼 나 화장실 좀 갔다 올게
야, 어디가?
금방 와. 자, 이 정도
20여 명의 학생들이 컴퓨터 게임에 몰입하고 있는 또 다른 PC방. PC방의 전원을 꺼보겠습니다.
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
고고! 핫식스!
여기 열었습니다.
이상한데? 그렇게 작아. 너무 보이는데? 보이지가 않잖아. 이거 쓸 수가 아니, 없는데? 저 키워보라고.
성능을 17대화면으로 언제 어디서나 더 크게 즐기다. WQXGA 초고화질의 17대화면 16:10 최적의 화면비. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준 LG 울트라 기어.
라면이요.
이게
나왔습니다.
잠깐만 들어주세요. 빨리 나와요 이거.
음료 나왔습니다.
From the beginning. 거기 들어와. 그 밑에 개 잡고. 나이스. 자, 씨. 됐어.
아, 미안해, 로우나. 화났어?
미안해. 내가 해줄게.
아, 잠깐, 내가 누르면 안 돼. 아, 누르면 안 돼, 지금. 경쾌하게 무슨 소리야.
좋은 시간 되세요.
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
And here we go. Now it's going to seem like, uh-oh. Here he comes back up, but his expansion is in trouble. I don't know if he can recover this. Yeah, it looks like Nada. You better lift that, Nada, and he does. But the Viking is there to scout. And look at this, Marines running in. Nada losing so many. Look at that supply, 127 against 100. Boxer way ahead in supply. Beautiful play here. Here we go. Here come the SCVs, though. Very good against Marauders. Boxer sieging up. Gonna want to target siege tanks. Cannot break through here with his SCVs. Doesn't look like it.
And there it is, GG. Nada tried to escape, he couldn't. Too many units there. What an exciting game. Nada comes back and bashes Slayers.
We'll see.
We'll know what Boxer's going to do when we see if there's an armory. Oh, I see. He's going to make this tech lab over here, swap him out, bring the factory back over here.
We may even see another start. But right now, a Phoenix is being made, and barely doesn't see it.
Oh my God!
Barely
misses that.
Even though he has anti-air, these Banshees are about to have cloaking, and they have cloaking now. This is huge. And he cloaks. Oh no, Thor Jong right now is like, OMG, WTF.
Oh no.
I scouted everything. How? You notice just now he is making that robotics, so he's going to lose ridiculous amounts. I mean, with that type of economy, you're not going to stop this Thor Marine all in. Absolutely not happening.
Oh, there it is, GG.
GG! Boxer moves on to the round of 16. Oh, rough. Marine's trying to get back there. Tanks on hold position, puts up the depot. That's exactly what he needed to do. Uh-oh, but this is so scary. Spreading those Marines. Beautiful spread. And he minimizes damage more than I thought he even would. Boxer knowing how to deal in any situation. That was beautiful. But there are more speedlings in here. SCV's coming out. Even the mules trying to block some circlings off. And if he can stop this, he'll be in okay position still. Very smart. And he sees those veins coming. He's got to retreat. And spreading a lot of Marines quite well right there. Very nice.
Wow, he's cleaning up.
Look at that, Reed joining up over here. So many Marines. He's got to be careful though. Here come the speed veins. And
nice
control. Oh! That was beautiful. Just awesome spreading here from Boxer. The Baneling's coming in. He's going to have to avoid as many as possible. Pulling away Marines. Beautiful moves. A lot of roaches left.
Oh my God.
No, he doesn't want to engage these with those weak roaches. Roaches with almost no upgrades. Gonna kill that Roach Warren immediately. Riding a few Marines up onto the high ground to take out as many Banes as possible. Look at that, just pulling Marines in all different directions. Big
gonna use so many more Banes and Zergs are used to.
I mean, they're gonna clean up this hatchery. This is GG for round number 1. But I can't wait to see this. I wouldn't be surprised if we go to the 5th and final deciding one. GG.
Oh, it definitely
Two
could.
awesome players.
That was quite a match. Uh-oh, here we go. He's got to save all these Marines. With the Baneling just running past. C-Chang's doing beautiful damage to these Banes. All that's left is the Mutas. Does he have enough Marines to chase them off? Watch out!
Counter attack here.
And beautiful spreading. Suddenly, Kyrix's amazing position. And here he comes in from behind, catching another C-Change. And Boxer's starting to spread up. He's got to move back from these Banes, though. Speed Banes on creep are ridiculously fast. And here come the Roaches. It looks like Kyrix. Beautiful attack timing. And despite the fact that Boxer had so many units, it looks like Kyrix can take this battle. Two Overlords, here they come. The Overlords are coming in. And this could be dirty. A lot of Marauders going down, but he keeps most of his Marines alive. Oh my God. This is an insane comeback. Kyrix now in trouble. Counterattack from Fox are coming in perfect timing. There are no Banelings left. And the Roaches being taken out. GG. How did Boxer take that? Look, he is overwhelmed. He cannot believe it. I can't believe it. We'll see, though. Can he break through? There's actually a lot of Zerglings there. Who knows?
He's making more cannons.
I'm starting to feel stupid, Tasteless.
Don't feel stupid, Artosis.
Much quicker now. And Hongan may actually end up holding this.
I can't believe this.
Yeah, look at that. The charged up Void Ray doing so much better. He's going to want to bring all his probes down right now. He's got to be so careful about getting this in. And look at that. He just keeps walling in.
I know.
Hongan prime. Unfortunately, one's going to pop out right here against charged up Void Rays, and it's going to die. Oh, so.
And here it comes now.
GG. So, very impressive. Hongan ties it up. We're going to go to another 5th game basis.
Yeah.
Round of 24. Lock. Creed. TaeJa. Zest. Africa TV. Pre-Golf Studio Live. 2020. GSL Season 3. Korea's Last Stand. It's time to break out!
Welcome back, everyone. Dark vs. Zest is up next. This is going to be a really cool match. We've actually had a lot of short games so far. I guess that last one was reasonably long, but overall we've been kind of shooting along. I think this is going to be a 2-1 no matter what. If it is a 2-0, I think it goes to Dark. I think as good as Zest has been, I think Dark is somebody who's been able to reinvent his style enough times. Zest is able to then remake his old style work again in Legacy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I really wonder which style he's going to bring, though, right? Because he's been Mr. Adept Printer all year.
Yeah.
Is he just going to have like a slightly altered Adept build? Is he going to bring something else? Like, we just saw Creator get himself into a cool later game position. I mean, I'm not sure what we're going to see from Zest.
I don't know. I mean, Dark usually has a pretty good handle on the early game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Artosis, say it with me, man. Zest might just go Adept Printer, go burn.
GSL을 위하여.
Burp. Burp, burp.
전투 지원이 들어왔다. 함께 있다. 우린 더욱 강하다. 드래곤 피닉스 게임. 다크. 악령. Raise your edge game. Zest. 주성.
All right. Zest not scouting. So, just playing a somewhat catch-all opener here.
I want to remind everybody that in the losers match, it's going to be TaeJa versus Creator. So we'll see how TaeJa can do. I'm sorry, Creator can do against TaeJa. I think TaeJa's still favored to win here in that losers match. And I think for this match, I'm assuming that Dark wins. I think it's going to be a good series.
Yeah.
But then we will have a TaeJa versus Zest rematch if things go according to the way I'm expecting it.
Yeah, I think you're right to expect it like that. And I hope that TaeJa can fix his mistakes. I guess we'll just see how he does against Creator. Actually, I think Creator played well against Dark.
I agree.
So if he beats TaeJa, it'll be a surprise to me because going into this group with how everyone hasn't been playing well and TaeJa has been playing well, I was like, well, that means TaeJa should make it out. But right now I'm looking at the group, I'm like, oh, I'm not so sure now.
And I'll tell you what, let's say that Zest wins here, but Creator wins. I think a PvP with Zest Creator is one that Creator could take.
Yeah, that is possible. Zest, I think, is one of the more fearsome PvP players, but
right.
PvP is one of those any given Sunday matchups, you know?
Sure, yeah.
By the way, I do want to mention before we get too deep into this, this is Dark's 20th consecutive Code S.
That's insane.
So the Nesty Award is 10 consecutive. He has now been in 20 consecutive Code S's.
So does he get the
Guys,
Dark
it's been
Award?
21 Code S's since you saw one without Dark in it.
That's how long we've been around.
That's a long time, man. That's like 7 years. We generally have 3 Code S's a year.
Yeah, we had a lot of seasons right when the game came out. It was
and then we went down
too
to
many.
2 in 2013, I think it was, because
maybe 14.
Yeah, people were doing their best to try to kill StarCraft right around then. So
the whole world was trying to stop this game.
Everyone's like, you know what? Can we screw up everything all at once? And the answer was you can, but we'll still live through it.
Yes.
But yeah, 20 consecutive Code S's. That's just madness. But no special award, unfortunately. You can't just keep having awards named after Zerg players, you know what I mean?
I think you can, Artosis. I think every Zerg player gets an award.
We'll have the MVP award, which is not for the MVP Terran player, but the most valuable player, and it's just a statue of a Baneling.
That's too bad for the Protoss that Overlord actually lived through that.
Yeah, I think he'll do a flyby with the Prism when he goes out.
I imagine, yeah. So the Dark Shrine's coming here for Protoss.
Yeah, and it's cool to see that he's actually going for a DT.
It's like,
Archon
look
drop.
at this PvT build suddenly here in PvZ. Isn't this interesting?
This is an old one, and it's definitely one that Zest had his fingers in for a very long time. Oh, he actually goes around the Overlord.
Oh, okay.
So instead of killing it, he doesn't want him to see that he's on his way. If you just appear with 3 or 4 DTs at your opponent's base, you can kill it.
Yeah, this is so smart because he's taking this weird circumstance, and then the Overlord wasn't killed. And in an odd way, for the Zerg, this is confirming that the Warp Prism isn't coming, because a lot of players would just run over there and kill that. But he does now see this with the Lings. Let's see if there's still an element of surprise here for this. Can he? No, it looks like everything.
Yeah,
he's going to be more than ready for this.
Yeah, he might just go ahead and make Archons pretty quickly here. Third base on the way. Let's see where he goes with this, right? Because there's a lot of follow-ups to DT Prism Opener. Oh. Poor pro. Okay, so Archon time. Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because now he can't move up into the main. I like the Ling counterattack. Is there enough here to actually defend? I don't think there is.
He just did his Warpin, so he's got to send these down, but actually the Nexus is going to get canceled.
This is one way where things start to get worse and worse and worse here for the Protoss.
That's painful. That's like real painful, man. Your Nexus half done gets canceled.
Well, the third
base
base
like
timing,
all of your timings are now different.
Yeah, the thing about the third base timing is that I think it's pretty much the most important one for Protoss, right? I mean, you basically can, if you do it correctly, always get your third base up, but to have that delayed at all, it delays everything that fans out from that.
Yeah, it does.
So Zest is going to have to make up for that mistake by just really gunning down a lot of units over here. But the problem is, you know, Dark is just notorious for defending this kind of stuff really well and continuing to exceed and grow.
Now, Dark has thrown down a Spire, and we saw this a little more than a year ago. This started getting popular against DT Archon drops. where you would actually go, like you'd have a certain amount of roaches to hold this off, of course, and then go into mutas from there, right? Because they don't have a Stargate, and you don't generally feel like you have to go from here. Oh my God.
No.
That was so greedy. I don't even...
So this is terrible right now.
Yeah.
The combination
Queen
of the
need
third...
minus another range, clearly.
That's right. Queen can only attack air with melee is what they should have.
Yeah.
Their claws just coming up there, scratching the bottom of the ships. No, look, okay, let's go big picture here. Let's zoom out. The third Nexus was denied. Protoss has very few options to try to get ahead other than to really lean into aggression, to try to take back what the Protoss has taken from him. But I think even with Protoss normally plays that pretty well, the Zerg can be ahead.
Yeah.
In this game, it backfired, only doubling how far behind
Yeah.
Zest is. He's lost that War Prism with one of the Archons in it.
Yeah.
The Archon, along with Immortals early on, are your strongest assets, whether it be for harass, defense, or pushing. And maybe against some weaker Zerg players, that's not the biggest deal in the world, but against Dark, every single thing matters.
Totally.
So this is rough, man. This sucks.
It does. It's not where you want to be at. Now he's making a lot of cannons, which will defend reasonably well, but it's pure Roach behind this, but still he's getting +1 air attack, which I find kind of interesting. Very oftentimes in this type of situation, it would turn into a base trade, but the fact that he's making this... Excuse me.
Oh, Artos is going to sneeze.
Sorry. But because he's making this many roaches, it doesn't feel like that's the situation that Dark's going for. Now chasing around with that Prism and Shuttle.
Got to be careful. Sometimes you can whip those mutas around and actually catch the War Prism if he picks up the Archon again.
Look at that. It's just a little merry-go-round going on.
Yeah, muta whirlpool there. Okay, so again, I think the Zerg's done a great job of just continuing to press and push more damage on here. Now the Zerg is maxed out, and this is the moment where Zerg can really start to abuse the Protoss. I don't know that the third is pregnable here from the Zerg.
Dude,
just because he sealed it off.
He doesn't really have Immortals. Like, what's he got? One?
I think one, maybe. I don't see a second on the way here. But
yeah,
this is such
like,
a ridiculous amount of
I
roaches.
feel like if you had 5 Immortals here, you'd be like, all right, let's do this. But
Not
with
the
what he's
shield
got,
upgrade. Yeah, so there's nothing here to defend. In fact, there's Stalkers here at an angle that is just never in a million years going to work. He can actually come through here, eat his way through the gateways. I don't think Protoss survives this, especially not without Immortals.
He's got very good micro here. Like, he's utilizing his Blink Stalkers quite well, I would say.
Oh my God.
He has his Psy Storms now, so if there's a big commitment, he can start to whittle it down a bit more like that too. Maybe he lives. Yeah.
This is pretty sane, this arc here from Zest. I really thought it was going to go much worse.
The fact that he's on 2 angles is what's saving him.
Yeah.
If he was like taking it from only one side, I don't think this would work at all.
And now the Storms come down, the Stalkers move in here, and this is a pretty insane win right now here for Zest. Now, behind the Zerg is continuing to remax out, so even though you're seeing army disappear in those fights that were happening back there, in reality it's being filled in with more units that are going to be hatching from the larva soon.
Yeah, very well done by Zest, I tell you. He's looking on top of it today. Definitely a mistake losing that Prism and Archon earlier, but other than that, I mean, this has been very, very solid. Now look at this hilarious looking army. We have 33 Stalkers, a Sentry, and then 4 Stormers.
Stormers.
Yeah.
Okay, can the counter push come in here and do the right amount of damage? This is a real opportunity here for Zest. Great storms on both sides.
Yeah, ridiculous storms going down. Look at this.
I don't know
so many too.
Zerg can't get this around there. There's no way.
Yeah, the storms just pummeled him when he tried to do that.
There's more Ravagers being made here, but I gotta say, second battle that's been won here by Zest. Will this be enough for him to win the war?
Yeah, it might end up being. He still has this one Immortal alive as well, definitely adding a lot of damage. And Archon comes up and starts to push through. That is so many Stalkers. A lot of Biles come down, kind of pushing the Stalkers back, but they don't have that much trouble actually dodging. A few Biles hitting here and there. Dark has lost only 3 drones during all this, so as he actually eliminates this, like, his economy wasn't actually hurt. They're on very similar economies still.
Yeah.
A little bit better for Dark, of course, because he does have 4 bases to 3.
That was a pretty impressive push by Zest, but I gotta wonder, was it, even though it went overall well, like he did a very good job, did he overextend anyways? Again,
well,
it's more difficult to remake complexity. I guess that answers that. You know, you lose the War Prism, you lose the Immortals. Zerg lost quite a bit and was pushed back, but if you overextend and you're only on 3 bases.
This was a tough and kind of strange game, I think, because Zest did the right thing to hold on against the RO24 push. He made 1,000,000 Stalkers, spread them out, microed really well, held on against the initial push, and then you have, you know, 30-ish Stalkers. Well, you have to go attack. The worst thing I can think you could possibly do with 30-ish Stalkers after holding that would be to be like, you know what, I'm going to leave these Stalkers at home. We're going to sit at home with these. These scale wonderfully. No one ever said that because they don't. So he has to go attack, and then it's like, well, this is a weird situation because you don't have another base. You don't have other splash damage sources. Like,
maybe there's something to be said about just the early game there. We can analyze how the big fights go, but Zest did put himself in a tough spot. I think Dark had enough room to make a few mistakes and still come through and crush. Game 2 will be on Eternal Empire. Right now, Dark with a 1-0 lead. Again, the winner goes on to the round of 16.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. 드래곤 피닉스 게임 다크 악령. Wage your edge game. Zest. 추성.
Just a little bit of a hatchery block there. Of course, Eternal Empire generally gives us longer games.
I would welcome that with how quickly today is moving along.
But just the fact that Zest has hatchery blocked it, I think that it's more likely now that we'll see either Oracle or Adept opener.
Yeah, if you're going to force a distance between the first hatchery and the second hatchery, you're trying to take advantage of some type of lack of mobility between the 2 points. Usually.
Yeah, I think it's good to either do it every game, or like if you do it every game, right, you can do anything behind it, and they have to kind of be wary, right? But the fact that he didn't do it game 1 and he's done it here makes me lean more towards, well, it's Zest. He likes to optimize things, right? So he wants them far apart, maybe so when Adepts shade in, there's going to be drones at the third, right?
He wants, as the game starts, for his pieces to fall in a place where it's going to help him.
Yeah, he's definitely...
he looks for his advantages early on. Some players look for, they do small things early on, really to set something up much later on that's going to help them.
Well, we'll see what he does after the Cybernetics core finishes up. Oh, it's been a long time since I said that.
How's it feel?
Feels great. Like, wow. It didn't feel like 10 years till just now. Which, by the way, our schedule has changed.
Oh, that's right.
We will be back on Friday, which is the day after tomorrow, an hour and a half earlier than usual. And the reasoning for that, instead of our Saturday broadcast, will be a Friday broadcast for us out here, is because that is the actual 10-year anniversary of GSL.
It will officially have been 10 years.
Jesus.
You and me showing up for our first day to cast, man.
I remember it well. I'll never forget Jinro doing that coin in his fingers. Remember that?
That's right, because we're the first day of the games, we rented out this huge theater.
Yeah.
And we had each of the players stand on the stage, and we shot a spotlight on each one.
It was cool.
As we said the name, and they put it on Jinro without us knowing he was there, but he had like I think it was a coin or a poker chip.
Something like that.
He was like in some kind of pose, and he was flipping it around on his fingers in a very...
He was showing his dexterity.
Yeah, and he did it. And
he was max out dexterity that night.
For sure. And then we went back to our much smaller studio, grinded it out there, and here we are in downtown, in Gangnam.
Yeah.
And Gangnam. Like the song, guys.
By the way, it is a Glaives opener, so not surprised to see that here. Obviously, going to see that Prism pop out.
If I had to think of a player when I think of builds like this, Zest is the guy.
Well, this is his build.
Yeah.
He's the one that brought it back at Katowice and beat everyone, including Rogue, but then lost to Rogue in the finals.
And this was a build that really did torment Zerg players.
Yeah.
And in some cases, Terran players as well, when the game was first out.
Yeah, they got pretty heavily nerfed against Terrans, but against Zergs, they still have always been pretty much the same. Lots of Lings being made, lots of Roaches. We'll see what follow-up tech here for Zest, because the Dark Shrine is one that you see mixed in. Sometimes you'll see like an Immortal Sentry push behind as well. Sometimes you'll just see a third base. Really, the sky's the limit. Do what you want.
Now, this is very good defense here by Dark. There'll probably be a few more Warpins here, but you know, what exactly can Protoss do to try to get in and actually do the damage? I don't know.
Well, as long as Dark moves his army well, it's very hard for Zest to get in.
Thought there was more coming down there.
Yeah. I could tell.
I hyped that up a little more. I'm like, yeah, there you go.
He did it!
70% HP on the War Prism. So, he's going to try to pursue him. But, yeah, I mean, this isn't going to do that much. Adept's going to shade back. A third Nexus coming down while the layer has started over here.
He is not really getting anything done. He's kept the drone count very, very low, though. Still warping in some Adepts, so it seems like Zest is not done quite yet. He wants to keep that pressure on a little bit longer. We'll see, though, because generally by about now, you'll see the Prism break off to try to get, like, maybe Adepts into the main base and maybe 2 Adepts zoom off towards the third while the rest are pretending to shade in the natural still. But we haven't seen that yet. He's actually just walking home. And I guess a good thing, because there's a lot of Lings on the way to his third.
So we got some Lings ready for the counterattack, but these Adepts haven't moved out for a little bit now. It doesn't seem like anymore the Adept pressure does much of anything. Like it's a good way to control the pace of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it could certainly be blocked. I think people know how to fight Adepts. They know how to handle the shade movement.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have to end the game. It doesn't have to do a ton of damage. It can also be a way to control the pacing of the game. And big picture, the way that Zergs are usually beaten is by controlling or flipping the pacing of the game.
Look at this. Zest is playing this very different from how we've seen it played in the past. He's got 23 Adepts. Like, this is not how we're used to seeing this play out at all. He is only making Adepts. He has so many Adepts.
Okay, now there's going to be 2 big shades in 2 different directions here. Good dodge on the Biles. Meanwhile, these Adepts up here at the top have been surrounded. A lot of Banelings are morphing in. The Adepts will be shaded into the main, and another rotation over here to the natural.
Oh my gosh, he's actually killed 11 drones, and he's going to kill some more now as well. Starting to split up against these Banelings some. Look at that, he's hitting them with the Adepts. Some very nice stunner micro there.
16 drones have been killed off. There's going to be another shade, this time over to the natural. More Adepts coming in. Has he actually outpositioned Dark here? Where are those Banelings, by the way?
Oh my god. Well, 17 drones killed. Yeah, I think that all the Banelings did end up dying. Like, he killed some of them connected as well. More Adepts still on the way. Nice move, Command. Just going after drones right now, diving hard.
Yeah, Zest still has it here with these Adepts. What is he doing?
Gonna recall. Oh, surprise. I like it. He lured all the units out of the way and then recalled with those. Now he has a Dark Shrine and he has Charge about to finish, so kind of some interesting follow-ups. We'll see if he gets anything done with those. I tell you what, Taesis, this is not what I expected to see. I'd expect to see Adepts, but I thought he would have some novel follow-up. Well, I guess in a way he did, right? Like, Zest went back into the lab with the Adept build, he's like, what's wrong with it? How do I make this work
like,
more?
how do I make it burr more?
Yeah, well, he came out and he said, you know what? We haven't been making enough Adepts. You need 30 plus Adepts. It's clear.
Here's what he did. He was writing in his notes. He wrote B, R, 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 and then he said, wait a minute. He X'd out. He wrote capital B, capital R, capital R.
Whoa.
And then underlined it. And then he almost saved the file in his notes. He said, hold on a second.
Yeah.
And he highlighted it and hit bold.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. And then he turned off his computer and he thought that saved it, but it didn't. But he doesn't. He's not that good at computers. He's just a programmer. No, that was definitely very different. It's like it's just more Adepts, but it's truly not what I thought we were gonna see. And he kind of made it work, I guess. And now he's going into his Blink. He's going into, well, we'll see if he actually goes Disruptor or he goes to Colossus here. I actually kind of want to see him make Disruptor. I was a fan of those Creator Disruptors. I thought that was a
nice.
really cool idea. It can be really hard, though, if they're going Ling Bane at all. Disruptors are, like, very hard to use against those.
Disruptors are funny because, you know, one of the features with StarCraft 2 having multiple, well, I guess infinite unit selection, really, is that you think of it being a little bit simpler at times to attack, but it requires so much attention on one disruptor to use that you really have to be, like, on top of this. And that's why sometimes when you see somebody with 6 disruptors, they don't seem to fare much better than somebody with, like, 3, you know?
Yeah, that's oftentimes the case.
Yeah.
That is oftentimes
the
case.
Sometimes more is less.
Yeah. The Disruptor is actually still an unexplored unit. People complain about it and everything, but I think it actually is even more powerful than anyone thinks. People are like, oh no, I think it's powerful. I'm like, no. I think it's like the only unit that can rival Banelings for supply efficiency.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, you could trade so much there. And,
Yeah.
and again, you can just do that attack over and over and over again if you're controlling it well. The problem that that unit faces is the downtime between its attacks. And that's why it seems like if you were really good at controlling the Disruptors, but then we end up in one of these situations as well. Nice hold here on these Banes, not that there was many workers to kill, where there is a limit to how much you can do in StarCraft. Priority does take control. Eventually you have to be able to prioritize what actions are more important, where do you invest your time, and when you can't juggle everything because it's physically impossible, how do you set and forget certain tasks? And to me, it just seems like the Disruptor really is something that kind of maxes out your ability to do everything, you know?
Kind of.
One of the things about Banelings that made him so strong was you can set it and forget it and do a lot of other important micro, but the Baneling is still the most important unit when it comes to damage, you know?
Yeah, actually, something to kind of add to the Disruptor, kind of like on the line you were saying there. It's like there's a lot of units where you can do things with it quickly. Yeah, this is kind of funny, isn't it? He keeps looking for probes that just aren't there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Disruptor, like, it has an exact set amount of time that you're spending with it, basically, which I think is very interesting, rather than, oh, I just do this quickly and be done with it.
So Zerg is finally going to kill this base.
Yeah.
The hatchery over here at 6 o'clock goes down, but also, if Protoss can win this fight, he'll be able to hit the expansion just north of here.
Very good force fields right there. Continuing to do a good job here. He's got his 4th Colossus walking up. Seismic Spine's going to be coming. How many force fields does he have left? Okay, he actually doesn't have force fields left.
Okay, these Banelings, let's see how well they connect.
Yeah, Banelings generally do pretty darn well against
oh, great pickups there. Saves both Immortals. Can he keep pushing forward here, though? Oh, there's a little bit of miscontrol here. Actually, I spoke too soon. He does micro away. The Colossus. One more Colossus goes down, but the important units are still here.
Lurkers coming up, though. That can make it a lot harder to actually break through this situation.
Zerg is still maxed out, spamming out many more units with the backed-up Larva. Observer goes down. That's the only Observer, right?
Oh, God, was it?
Right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, I think Dark's going to win again.
Oh, no.
I think this push should have been maybe enough to possibly cause a killing blow. But with no Observer, the Zerg can stand back the progress of the rush.
Right. He doesn't have one anymore. So it's like those Lurkers are invincible.
Yeah.
And now he's losing his 3rd base. He's got like 2 Adepts there trying to help. Okay, he's recalling. but not quickly enough. GG.
All right, Dark is the first player to move on.
Wow. All right, yeah, but here's the thing, actually. I think they're both playing well tonight.
I agree.
You look on paper, they should be the ones to advance.
I think so.
But they both had kind of very bumpy roads. But tonight, they're bringing it, which makes me happy. That's what I want to see.
We're going to have an interview now, see how exactly Dark's feeling. Again, Dark's had some ups and downs. This is the 2019 World Champion. But let's see how far he can go. He looks like the Dark from the past, strong, robust. I think Zest played some of the best games we've ever seen from him. But that clutch hold sniping the Observer. And the great counterattacks, of course,
Yeah, totally. I didn't even realize that was his only Observer right there. But
yeah.
Then there's like 3 lurkers sitting there. Well, you can't do anything. You don't have disruptors. You don't have storm. You can't bust that.
이번 B조의 1위 진출자 드래곤 포닉스 게이밍의 박명 선수 만나보겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
Congratulations. Thank you.
자, 먼저 오늘 20번째 코드 S였더라고요. 자,
This
그런
is your
상황에서
20th
1위
GSL
진출
Code S.
소감 궁금합니다.
How do you feel getting out as the first place?
16강은 늘 가던 거라서.
Well, I mean, round of
신경 많이 안 쓰고
16, you know, I feel indifferent.
20번이 됐다는 게 좀 느끼지 않고.
But I'm pretty surprised that it's my 20th Code
그런데
S.
아직도 우승이 한 번밖에 없다는 거에 좀.
But at the same time, I'm really disappointed that I only won GSL once.
2019년 나의 해로 보내고 나서 아직까지
Last year,
올해는
you
우승이
accomplished
없습니다.
many things,
지금 많이 좀
but this year you haven't been able to do too much. So, what are your expectations this year? I mean, I'm always prepared, but the first season this year, I was quite pressured.
긴장을 많이 했는데
I think I was quite nervous at the time. But this time, you know, I want to kind of get that nervousness off and try to do better.
긴장을 좀 했다. 사실 승자전 경기 내용과는 맞지 않습니다.
Oh, well,
체제 전환
you said you're
빠르고
nervous,
교전
but
움직임 좋고
you're in the
상대
winners match.
견제
You
다
showed
맞고
such good performance.
굉장히 유연하고 좋았는데 오늘 경기 준비만큼은 좀 잘 된 건가요?
So do you think you prepared well for tonight's
그냥
games?
준비해온 것만 딱 후회 없이 보여주자.
I mean, I played everything without regrets, and I think the result turned out to be
오늘
good.
프로토스전에서는 사실 약점이나 뭐 질문할 포인트를 잡는 것도 사실
Well,
쉽지 않은
in the ZVP match, it's really hard to
오늘 비록 테란전이
figure out what
있었잖아요.
questions I was going to ask
이 질문을
you.
꼭 드리고 싶었거든요.
But there's one question I want to
지난
ask.
시즌 1, 2 다 테란전에 발목 잡혔고
In season 1 and in season 2, you were bogged down by a Terran. And for this season, in the qualifiers, you were defeated by a Terran as well. So what are your thoughts on Terran?
완벽하게 됐고.
You know, I feel like
전까지는 뭔가
currently I'm pretty good with the ZVT matchup.
잘 됐는데 테란전이 약간
So before I struggled with the Terran a lot, but with the Protoss I didn't struggle too much.
앞으로 보여드리겠습니다.
But in the future I'll try to show better
테란전
performance.
기대를 하고 있으면 좋을 것 같은데요. 사실 지난 시즌에는 손목과 어깨에
Well,
대한
last season,
통증 부분 좀 얘기도 했었어요.
Your shoulder and wrist ached a lot.
어떠세요?
So what's your current condition like? Well, I did get a lot of treatments, so I'm feeling better now.
자, 저희가 마지막으로 좀 한마디 들어보기에 앞서서
Right.
바로
Before
금요일
we
저희
ask you
10주년
to
되는
go,
날입니다. GSL 10주년
this Friday
20번째
is the
코드
10th anniversary of GSL.
축하 메시지를 함께 남겨주시면 좋을 것
So it would
같은데요.
be a very
마지막
nice
한마디
for you to
들어보겠습니다.
leave us with a congratulatory message before you go.
10주년이 됐다는 게 믿기지 않고.
Well, I can't believe it's been 10 years already, and time flies so fast.
저도 10주년에 걸맞게.
And since it's the 10th year this year, I want to
자,
achieve
이렇게
something
오늘
great.
1위 진출자 박명 선수 만나봤는데요.
And
다시
it was
한번
dark
진출
with the interview.
축하드립니다.
Congratulations. Thank you.
네, 계속해서 GSL
Thank you, Andy. So Dark moves on.
Yeah,
That's
he played
good.
very well. He
Yeah.
played very well tonight. That's like reassuring to see. You want the world champion to be at his peak, you know?
Yeah, of course. And we're going to see how far he'll go as the tournament progresses. But I think he looked like the Dark of the past, the Dark who was untouchable. Of course, he did have a tough time in the earlier half of this year.
Yeah.
So also Zest looking very strong. I think Zest is probably the player who will get out next. We do have the losers match coming up. We'll be eliminating one of our players.
I think both players are dangerous enough to challenge Zest, but the way he's playing tonight, yeah, I kind of agree. I think he should move out.
And you know, with Creator playing TaeJa here, maybe Creator causes an upset, and maybe then Creator can take Zest on in the final match. I think Creator's still the underdog overall, but maybe if fate goes his way, that's the kind of result we get.
He could have a shot. He could.
We're going to have a short break. We come back. The losers match. Do not go away.
성능을 언제 어디서나 가볍게 즐기다. 지포스 GTX 1650 그래픽 최신 인텔 10세대 프로세서 탑재. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준 LG 울트라 기어.
싱그러운 청귤이 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
이상한데? 그렇게 작아. 너무 안 보이는데? 보이지가 않잖아. 이거 쓸 수가 없는데? 저거 키워보라고.
성능을 17대 화면으로 언제 어디서나 더 크게 즐기다. WQXGA 초고화질의 17대 화면 16대10 최적의 화면비. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준 LG 울트라 기어.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
상큼한 복숭아가 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
실성 사이다. 라운드 24. 락. 크리에이터. TaeJa. Zest. 아프리카 TV 프리급 스튜디오 라이브 2020 GSL 시즌 3 코데스 Last Stand.
Welcome back to the GSL Code S. We're in Group B right now. Dark has advanced, leaving us with 3 players, TaeJa, Creator, and Zest. Zest is waiting in the final match to take on the winner of TaeJa versus Creator, which we'll be having now. Now remember, the loser of this is out. We've only eliminated 2 players so far in the round of 24. Either TaeJa, or Creator will be that 3rd player. I think that TaeJa, if you just look at history, he's supposed to take it. He has had some odd games, even though he looks good overall.
Yeah.
I think it's unforgettable, his 3 proxy strat in a row. He did the same strat 3 times in a row to get eliminated.
Yeah.
In a previous GSL. But again, Creator's a guy I'm rooting for him. I want to see him overcome the obstacles, the humps, and start to really...
The humps at this point are a very long plateau. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they were humps at the beginning, but yeah, to see him come out of that would be amazing, though. Remember, the only good result he's had since 2012, basically, was Super Tournament 2 years ago, right? Where he finally did something, made it to like round of 8.
Well,
I would like to see it too, though. I would like to see it. Yeah.
Anyways, guys, the elimination match is on. TaeJa vs. Creator starts now. Map 1, Eternal Empire.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. 전투 지원이 들어왔다. 함께 있다. 우린 더욱 강하다. 팀 리퀴, 태자, 윤영석.
The old Tage mage.
Old Tage. Junior Creator, 장건우.
Okay. I'm down. Let's do this. Okay, so, I mean, he's just going to go second gate, right?
I think so. That's so early, there's no gas yet. I like it. Down and dirty.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody on the ladder this week.
Well, we'll see if it's successful. Yeah, I mean, moves like this, definitely you can do things like cancel the Nexus pretty easily. Or the Command Center, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, he's SCV scouting and making a Marine. That's probably the best that can happen for him, right? You send your SCV to scout, so that gets there before a Reaper would.
Yeah, but the CC is still going to be planted on the low ground.
Yeah, that's for sure. But the sooner that you can cancel it, and just the fact he made a Marine, I feel like is really reasonable here. I guess he can't scout and find out exactly what it is, but... Okay, here comes the SCV. Okay, now he's going to be wondering.
There is a Marine going up, but it's going to turn around now.
Double Adept. Double Adept. That's
Yeah,
kind of interesting. I thought it might be Stalkers.
Yeah, yeah.
Or a Zealot into Stalkers.
I thought Zealot into Stalkers, personally.
Yeah, yeah.
But let's see what you can do with this.
I think the Adepts are reasonable. Like, the Shades are pretty dangerous here.
Sure, the Adept's going to come out now, and I think this is right before the CC finishes, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Yeah, he's definitely going to, at minimum, slow down. I think he's going to force a cancel, to be honest.
And this is pretty devastating because the CC is going to be force canceled so late. Bunker canceled. CC's still there, by the way. Good block. The Adept will then move up onto the high ground. I love that the own Adept shade is like spotting for the Adept in low ground. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
He does see that second gateway. Oh my gosh, this is
that's
so
neat.
dirty, Creator.
That's neat.
This
Dude,
is such a cool build.
Twilight into Nexus.
So
and
is it
the
is it
Twilight's in
Blinkstalker?
such a hard place to see.
Or is it DT? Maybe either one, you know?
Yeah, no, there's some small chance it's even Glaives.
It's like pick your poison, but they're both lethal.
DT.
DT, okay. Yeah, I guess you can. This is probably actually better now that I think about it, because if you're going to go Stalker with Blink, you need to at least show some of the Stalkers. And when you start to see lots of Stalkers, you start to think about Blink. But I don't think you necessarily assume DTs, especially not with this weird build. Unless this is super common and I don't know.
I haven't seen this one, so. Oh. Well, I mean, he can't let that finish. It's a decent scout, though. I'm surprised he doesn't try one of the shade tricks to get the mine to shoot. Okay, well, the SCV gonna come around. It's hard to gauge what your opponent might be missing, I think, too, here. Right? He's not even gonna get this in, but...
Yeah, that's gonna get shot down, and then I don't know where you go from there. Now, hold on. This will, of course, go over the gateway, but could this go over the Dark Shrine that's just down there?
It's possible, but you shouldn't take that route. The better play is to not take that route, because the odds of anything being there are so slim.
Already?
You're not going to want to scout. Yeah, see, this is the right way to do it, because you know nothing's going to be on the path he's taking. Okay,
so what's here to defend? I mean, I think we had a Widow Mine planted down there.
Yeah, but he's got no scan. This might just kill him.
That's it.
Oh! Oh! That Marine almost blocked that.
Second
just
DT
closes
here.
it.
Here comes the drop now.
Well, this
I would
is
imagine
actually...
we'd have some DTs warped in over here, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, as soon as he can. Here we go.
Oh, 2 Stalkers instead.
Okay.
More Adepts and Stalkers coming in here. Good splitting. I like the targeting on the medevac a little bit there.
Yeah. I feel like you should probably drill the probes and have them fight, too.
Yeah, I think everything has to just take this fight right now.
The DT's continuing to just wreak havoc. I mean,
there is a Raven coming here. This is a lot of lost mining, by the way. A lot of SCV is just helping to blockade and repair.
A lot not being produced as well.
Very true.
He's down 10 workers.
And, you know, there was a lot that was thrown away there by TaeJa in that big attack, right?
Yep. Now, he does not have Cloak. He actually, if he did, that would be kind of funny because there's no Observer out, but not going to be the case here. So I have to fly that Banshee away for now. Charge, 4 more gates on the way. I like the follow-up. I mean, this is pretty deadly.
5 more gates. I think Creator is playing, especially for planning, this is like really a perfect game for him. He came in here with a really sick strat. TaeJa wasn't ready for it. I think he's executed everything really well.
Yeah.
There's been no shakiness. I mean, this is why Creator has been on a top-tier team for a decade now, why he's been always in the GSL. He just seems to falter when he gets onto the big stage.
Yeah.
Maybe not today, though. At least for the starts of the
like
series.
you said, I mean, I would like to see his stars change. You know, he had a lot of success back in like 2012, and since then, really not so much. Oh my God, it's the double prism, double Archon drop. This is really cool to see. A variation of Jim's old build.
Oh, this is so cool. This is a pretty devastating drop here. The Archons are kind of spread away from any of the
You can't even disable because there's 2 of them here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at this. All right, throws down the auto turrets. Not a bad idea, but...
Yeah, buy some time. Not enough, though.
Oh my God.
This is fatal damage here.
Yeah, I think you might be right. All right, the Zealots are absolutely everywhere right now.
One Viking doing some damage, but again, with 2 Warp Prisms, how long is it going to take before you can actually stop the Warp-ins?
And look at that, he's letting the Archons actually sit to gain back their shields. I like it, man. That was some cool play from Creator.
All right, I'm inspired.
Yeah.
Artosis, let's get our Creator face tattoos. But that word's a little bit too long, so you're going to have to get the create part of the word. I'll get the Tor on my face.
You know what, Tasus? I would totally be on board for that if I weren't already getting his actual face tattooed on my face.
Oh, you're going to get his face on your face.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to look really weird.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get your tattoo of your, but it's going to still have your face with Creator's face tattooed over it. So I'm wearing both of your faces.
This is how we make the ultimate face.
That's right.
And then we're going to that tattoo onto Creator's face.
Yeah!
Whoa.
We figured
It's
it
like
out.
Someone looks at Creator's just mush tattooing. They're like, what is that? He's like, well, it's my face tattooed on Artosis' face, and that tattoo is on Taesa's face, and then that whole thing is what I have.
Oh, really? I just thought you had a tattoo of a bunch of wet leaves on your face.
He's like, yes, I did say tasteless.
Death Aura for game 2. Let's go.
영광의 전투를 펼치자. GSL을 위하여. 팀 리퀴드, 태자, 윤영서. Junior Greetings, Creator, Chandalo.
Let's get our face tattoos, Artosis. Let's do some mumble rap stuff. I think I get GG under my left eye.
Yeah.
And then I have above my right brow, epic gamer moment, LOL. It's pretty long, so it'll probably have to go through the side of my hairline, but that's okay. I'll shave that part off.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to get on my eyelids just the Kappa emotes. That's it.
Where you just say something ironic and then you have to close your eyes for a little bit, but you're never sure if people are smiling and enjoying the moment because
yeah, it's impossible to know.
I think we're going to be at that phase in about 6 years.
Which phase?
Where people are doing that.
What,
there's going to be internet speak and face tattoos.
You think so?
Yeah. We were joking about it, and then I thought, yeah, we're probably going to eventually get to that point.
The Earth is going downhill right now.
Yeah.
So
well, it's hard to go downhill when it's flat, Artosis, but...
Well, you're right, Taesus. That is difficult, isn't it?
That might be my wisest quote yet.
Oh, yeah. It fits it so well.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so this looks like it's meant to be proxy Void Ray, but the Reaper finds it right away. Okay, he's going to pull SCV. He's definitely afraid of this. So, I mean, he can heal that pretty easily.
Yeah, I still think on paper Terry wins this, though, right?
And he actually gets another one down.
The weird part is
okay,
for Protoss,
heal the pylon, I think.
If this, no,
heal the pylon quickly.
No,
heal it. He's killing this. You've got to heal the pylon, man. Okay.
So wait, the problem though is for Protoss, if Terran actually wins this fight, then it's like a sunken cost fallacy, where you know for the Protoss, where you spend so much defending here, but. Hold on, the Void Ray's almost out. Now, again, the Void Ray can just avoid the bunker. It can fly right past it.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have enough damage there to kill this very quickly.
There's also a second pylon, so unless he's going to kill the Stargate. I don't. Actually, I'm not even sure on what's really faster in this weird situation.
Well, now he just flies over the bunker. It's like, all right, let's...
What's up, TaeJa? Remember these? These were popular when you were on top. This is very unsatisfying to see every SCV get away in there, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to dive on top of the...
And look at this. He's going to bring a stalker up here as well.
Oh, my God.
Oh, gosh. Is he going to get a second Void out? Is he going to get it? He does.
Yeah,
That's
he does.
it, man. He's definitely got it. Oh, my gosh.
Creator turning TaeJa into a crater.
Crater creator.
Crater creator, yeah. All right, TaeJa. Creator wins, and for the next week, all Terrans are checking the outside of their base for Stargates.
Well, he checked it. It wasn't enough. Wow. Well, that's really sad for TaeJa, actually. I think TaeJa's in good shape this year.
Yeah.
But his GSL runs were not what he was looking for, I think. You know, this is like out in the round of 24, last place in this group. It's too bad. I mean, it was a tough group, but Creator really stepped up to the plate as well.
Yeah.
If I want to say that.
Look at Creator. You see that haircut? That's not his hair. That's a giant brain on top of his head. Ah! He just remembered his entire childhood when he ran into it. Experienced all the nostalgia in the world as he touched his brain.
Then he felt sadness, touched another part of his brain, and went away.
Was suddenly very afraid of mice, and then it went away again. Okay, well that does it. Short series. I think that's the shortest one yet.
Yeah.
Creator versus Zest, as the tasteless prophet said. That'll be coming up next, guys. Don't go away.
Think about it, 'cause I'm dying, baby. If you want it, you just have to take it. If you feel something, but you gotta tell me. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why it's stuck in me. I like but how you taste. Give me the signs, I'll take the step for you. You know, I like you, baby, you know. I want you to take the control. I'm like, alright, baby.
성능을 언제 어디서나 가볍게 즐기다. 지포스 GTX 1650 그래픽 최신 인텔 10세대 프로세서 탑재. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준 LG 울트라 기어.
잡아 킬 흐림님 힐 그렇지 나 힐 2점 수리끈 온다 잡아 바닥 바로
From the beginning. Hit it, boys.
고고! 핫식스!
싱그러운 청귤이 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
실성 사이다.
성능을 대용량 배터리로 언제 어디서나 더 오래 즐기다. 72Wh 대용량 배터리. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준 LG 울트라 기어. 듀얼 메모리, 듀얼 저장 장치. 고성능을 듀얼 업그레이드로 더 오랜 기간 즐기다.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
상큼한 복숭아가 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
실성 사이다.
야, 우리 진짜 한 판만 더 이기면 돼.
야 그럼 나 화장실 좀 갔다 올게.
야, 어디가?
금방 와.
자, 이 정도. 20여 명의 학생들이 컴퓨터 게임에 몰입하고 있는 또 다른 PC방. PC방의 전원을 꺼보겠습니다.
From the beginning. Hit it, boys.
고고! 핫식스!
이상한데? 그렇게 작아. 너무 안 보이는데? 보이지가 않잖아. 쓸 수가 없는데? 저거 키워보라고.
성능을 17대 화면으로 언제 어디서나 더 크게 즐기다. WQXGA 초고화질의 17대 화면, 16대10 최적의 화면비. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준 LG 울트라 기어.
라면이요.
자, 이게
나왔습니다.
잠깐만 들어주세요. 빨리 나와요 이거.
음료 나왔습니다.
From the beginning.
고고! 핫식스!
거기 들어와. 그 밑에 걔 잡고. 나이스. 자, 씨. 됐어.
아 미안해 로나. 화났어?
미안해. 내가 해줄게.
아 잠깐 내가 누르면 안 돼. 아 누르면 안 돼 지금. 자 켜놓는데 무슨 소리야?
좋은 시간 되세요.
From the beginning. Hit it, boys.
고고! 핫식스! 우승을 차지하는 전태현!
더 이상은 지켜볼 수 없다. 이제는 내가 직접 나서야 할 때가 된 것 같구나. 형제들이 검을 높이더라. 첫 번째 저스백에 더 이상 패배란 존재하지 않는다. 이 땅에 영광의 전투가 펼쳐지리라. 엔타로 GSL.
I can't stop breathing. I'm only burning. We always run.
Round of 24. Lock. Creator. TaeJa. Zest. 아프리카 TV 프리급 스튜디오 라이브 2020 GSL 시즌 3 코리아's Last Stand.
We're here. The last match of the day. Creator versus Zest. Now look, Zest is supposed to win this, but I think Creator certainly could take this game. It would be the start of a very interesting story.
Yeah,
where maybe Creator begins to have his comeback. You look very well prepped for TaeJa. PvP does have volatility, I'd say more so than the other two mirror matchups.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if not, then I guess we have Zest advance, which is perfectly fine and in line with what we'd expect. So
yeah, well, that'll build towards like the strongest round of 16 possible, right?
Sure.
But Creator winning, I mean, that's just, it is something that's kind of exciting to see if that occurs. Yeah, I'm not like you said, there's a lot of volatility in the matchup, so it is doable. Don't forget, SOS is Creator's teammate. There's no doubt that he gave him PvP builds for Zest.
Sure.
And SOS is literally #2 on the ladder right now.
And by the way, Creator's execution is looking perfect. That's usually his big problem.
Good, yeah.
Is he looks super shaky. Yeah. So let's see what happens. Game 1 starts now. Let's go.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. 전투 지원이 들어와. 함께 우린 더욱 강하다. 지니어 그리스 크리에이터 장현우. Read your end game. Zest 규성.
I'll be very interested to see what type of builds Creator pulls out here. If he does something like Stalker Sentry into Expand, I'm going to lose it. He can't play like that. You know, I don't want to see him do builds that like Stats would do. You know what I mean?
I know, I totally agree.
I need him to do something. Literally, I hope that SOS just told him like, oh, against Zest, you should probably do this. And then he just does it. And that's it. I just want to see the ghost of SOS play through Creator right now. That's it.
Yeah, I would dig that. Or we can make it like it's a bad romantic comedy where it's like Creator's on the date, but SOS is the ladies' man, and he's kind of telling
through his ear.
Yeah, through his ear or behind the bookcase in the library or whatever it is. But Creator's like kind of doing it right, but he's kind of messing it up. But like Zest, in this case, the date is so charmed. But in this case, the opponent who was trying to win, but he ends up losing, you know? Right?
Yeah, and then we find that SOS is doing this, and Generic Green Wings has to disband the team because 2 of their players were cheating in GSL.
Like, well, that's against the rules. And I'm like, but it's a romantic comedy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it's actually Zest going for Stalker Sentry. I almost got scared there when I saw him, like, no way, no way, no way. But we actually have Creator going for Adepts, right? That is, and he's actually left the pylon at the bottom because he wants to scout what's going on, and I think that Zest won't even attack it. I think if you show 1 Stalker, your opponent already knows what it is. Okay, it cancels and he goes down the ramp. So he knows at least it's not likely to be Adepts. But yeah, okay, so it's just, he's going Adepts and a Stargate.
I like it.
And a Stargate here for Zest as well. But a Nexus also.
Okay, now the Hallucinated Oracle.
That's funny.
That's a real red herring there.
Yes, yes. Hallucinated Oracle into Oracle is a good move. Don't see that too often.
Yeah, it's super funny because basically they will immediately think, oh my god, it's a real Oracle. It stops. Then the actual one comes in. And it can mess stuff up, right? Like here you see this come in. Nope, can't attack.
Sees that an Oracle's making, so he can defend against that now. Creator is making a Nexus. It's not that far behind Zest's Nexus. Oh my god. Creator just made a battery anyways. Dude, that's...
Damn, that's a really...
Totally.
That's some real good game sense.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff.
Okay, well, there's another one. You can't assume that that one's going to also be hallucinated. 2 hallucination Oracle into nothing.
Into a real Oracle?
No.
Into 3 hallucinated Oracles at the same time?
Yeah, third one.
Into 1 Oracle.
Into lose. Okay, that Oracle's going to get gunned down.
Yeah,
Wait, can it?
gone.
Yeah, okay. It's taken out. Great play by Creator.
Yeah, you should be happy with this right now.
The other Oracle is pocketed in the very top left corner. No probes can mine at the natural, or they will try, but...
Ooh!
This is a great catch.
Yeah, he has a couple Phoenixes here.
Oh, actually, that hold was pretty good.
Oh,
okay,
good
Zest.
try from Creator. Good try.
Can he get the sentry? Yeah, not bad. There's a lot going on in this game.
Yeah,
I can barely keep up here.
I think Creator's playing an all-right game, man, for sure. Look at this. He's up 5 workers at the moment. He's going into Twilight. Zest just continually making Phoenixes right now, so he's got kind of a better long-term plan set up. Creator just making Adepts and going Blink, which is going to be probably correct here considering the Phoenix count. But it's going to be hard for him to actually defend against this well. Look at that, though. He's making a Forge, too. I really like how Creator's playing.
The Phoenixes are going to come in here. Now, depending on how staggered those shots are, they're not. I was going to say he might be able to get a little bit of heals there, but once you get him in sync, they immediately pop the worker. He's not going to have anything to block.
Yeah, going to kill some more probes.
Okay, so where are we at with workers here? It's 39, 40 actually for Creator, and 34 here for Zest. So Creator's taking a lead. Now, you can catch up in PvP, but look, I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm kind of rooting for Creator here.
Yeah,
how can you
you've
not?
convinced me. I am rooting for Creator tonight, even though Zest is one of my favorites of all time.
Sure.
Like, it would be cool to see someone get out of their slump, you know, especially such a long one.
But there's a possibility that he can come in again, maybe with a push in the front. I guess not, actually. He's going to back up now.
Oof.
Yeah, 5 Phoenixes is enough. You got to be very careful around these.
Oh, he actually did get one. Nice. But, yeah, they're just adding that harassment factor, right, which is very, very annoying to deal with. Batteries are not going to be good at stopping them all by themselves. So it's just, it's like, you see that the Blink and the +1 are going to be a little bit slower for Zest, but just the fact that he has Phoenixes flying around harassing, I like that aspect of his army more than quicker Blink, you know?
Yeah.
Like, look how annoying this is. It's just continual.
Okay, this is a great moment here for Zest to not only catch up, but to probably get ahead. We have +1 attack upgrades coming here on both sides, so if you look at just the production tabs, it's looking like they're both, you know, kind of evening things out a little bit here.
Ooh, that is a good stasis ward. Look at that! He gets a whole mineral line!
Even some that were mining the gas just below.
Comes to the natural and starts killing some as well. Beautifully done by Creator.
This is a pretty punchy game with these two.
It's a good way to put it.
So now...
there has been a ton of back and forth.
Yeah, it's been really action-packed.
It's hard to actually measure exactly where they're at in relation to each other, you know?
Yeah. But despite all these blows back and forth, it looks like we're going to propel this game into a more standard mid-game. Both sides are taking a third. It doesn't appear that either side has a timing attack that should be lethal, but a lot of PvP comes down to control.
Oh! Huge catch, huge catch!
Yeah, I was about to say, if you miss control, then that could definitely flip the game. And losing those Phoenixes, 3 Phoenixes, much worse than 5.
Yeah. He's going to cancel the third easily.
Yep.
Easily. Like, we actually see Creator getting well ahead at this point, I think. Zest walks into those probes.
Phoenix is coming here too. Those are not going to be used to defend. I think that, yeah, the third was just canceled. Is there going to be a killing blow here? I'm not sure that he can break it. I just don't know.
He has some force fields. He has an immortal. Yeah, I think you're right. With 4 shield batteries, there's no real way. Against 1, yeah, I could see it. Oh, but he actually might do the old switcheroo and get up into the main base.
Oh, this would be really hard to deal with.
Yeah, you're going to have to just blink up or recall.
Uh-oh.
And you do not want to blink onto those. Okay, he does blink forward. If Creator micros this just right, he is going to slaughter.
Yeah. Again, he just has to clutch this right now.
Oh my God.
The War Prism's pretty perfectly positioned here. I don't know that Zest can hang on. Some Zealots coming through, some getting stuck behind the other Stalkers. The Immortal still dealing so much damage.
So well done right here from Creator. Continue to push forward, to blink forward as well as the overcharge on the battery wears out. That Immortal's still alive, 8 kills on it right now. And Creator looks like he is going to bust through and win this game.
And despite the damage back home for Creator, I think there's nothing that Zest can do to hang on. GG.
Ooh.
Creator takes game 1.
Ooh. Creator.
Wearing his brain on the outside.
Damn. All right. That was well done. He executed well. He microed well. He made a lot of really smart moves. Like, you know, some of the Oracle moves that he made were very nice. He made the battery in his main base, even after the hallucinated Oracle. He wasn't falling for any of that garbage. I think his forage timing was brilliant. His move out was perfect. And then the move to get in the main base was really smart when he saw the 4 batteries. That was some great play. That was
And there were
good.
so many tense moments back there. There were so many moments where the old Creator could have thrown the game.
Yes.
Or fumbled in a moment where he had an opportunity to micro and come back. He did it. He played perfectly. He executed what he needed to do. Zest was playing well. Zest almost holds. Creator with a decisive decision. Comes into the main. Closes it out. Let's see what happens on Everdream. Game 2 has loaded up. Again, the winner of this series goes on to the round of 16.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. Genial Creator, 장현우.
This is the ring edition of GSL.
Why isn't the ring edition?
Watch when you do the player intro, the thing, the animation.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Watch this. 7 days later.
Oh, because you see it.
Yeah,
oh,
now you see it, man. In this game, Zest is sitting there, and then Creator crawls through the monitor.
Well, finally, StarCraft will be a dead game when everyone who's watching dies.
It'll be an undead game. That's the difference.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it that dead game meme is with every other game now.
Oh, it is funny to see people from other games trying to defend their game and say, oh, it's not dead.
It's not dead.
Just sitting here.
It's like of course it's dead. It's only the 11th biggest game in the world. It's over. Take the servers down.
Yeah. What is the biggest game right now?
In the world?
Is it Fall Guys?
Probably Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Have you played that yet? It's great.
No, I haven't played it. Looks like it's kind of like a Mario obstacle course or something.
It's like a Battle Royale, but with kind of Mario Party-ish.
Yeah.
Sort of.
It actually looks all right.
That's good. That's good.
But does it have a race that's harder than the other races and takes more skill? Because that's the only thing I'm interested in.
Yeah, that's... there's definitely some maps are better than the other. I feel like that game, if they could add like 100 more maps, there's only about 20 right now, it would be so much better.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But you know, it's dumb fun.
Well, I was thinking of playing it, but getting one of those hacks where I can fly over the stage. What do you think about that?
That's what you need. You don't have one of those already?
I was thinking about getting one.
No, I don't know if Fall Guys is the biggest, but it's one of the biggest.
Yeah.
But usually when you find out what game's the biggest, it's a game that you and I and nobody else who's watching right now has heard of because it's big in some part of China or, you know.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Or it's like, yeah, sure, but you realize how many Indonesians are playing this game? And you're like, well, I didn't, but now, okay.
But now I do.
Yeah. And then you have to go, well, that doesn't count because that's not what we were all thinking of, you know?
That doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
The year's 2020. I'll pick my own facts. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Don't you tell me the truth.
Yeah. It's like, what was the year? Like, we were in a conversation, you and me, and we were looking up the most profitable game in the world. And we were so confident it was League of Legends.
This it was like Crossfire.
It was Crossfire. We're like, well, that doesn't count.
Yeah, that was years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, by the way, here we have Creator going 3-gate against Adept Oracle. Creator, my friend, might be moving on. This is, okay, he's making a battery, so I think he has some, well, that might just be a defensive battery anyways, but 3-gate Stalker, I feel like I would be pretty happy on Creator's end right here. Minimum, you cancel the Nexus, right?
I think so.
That's the mins.
The mins?
No, just the mins.
Oh, sorry. Glad we clarified that. Twilight Council incoming here.
Yeah.
You got to make a decision here when the Nexus is this close to finishing.
You might make a Void Ray. I feel like I would want a Void Ray here. But yeah, you're canceling this.
Yeah, he's trying to fake him out. There's something about the way Stalkers move right before they cancel that you can tell they're about to cancel, where they kind of wiggle them. Like, look at me! Oh, Creator.
Oh, he pitches too. Yeah. Oh my God, he actually let it finish. He's trying to hold. He's a madman.
Oh my God, everything is just getting into the red here. Okay, he's not being that efficient with the target firing.
He's really not.
He's doing like
he's way overkilling.
190% damage on each kill here.
Yeah. Okay, an overcharge there, very nice. Ooh, actually missed micro there from Zest. Could have pulled that back.
The last Stalker!
Okay, some Adepts actually coming in now. That's kind of a very cute move. Oh no! Oh my God!
That is huge.
He does have a Void Ray coming out. I think he just has to give up the Nexus. As long as he actually attacks the Nexus now. Okay, he is. Creator is attacking the Nexus.
Nexus is halfway finished.
Yeah, he's going to get it done, but this game is getting really interesting here.
Overcharge on. Nexus low. Oh my God, he almost doesn't get it.
Ooh.
But did he trade off too much? Only 3 Stalkers remaining. Perhaps momentum on the side here of Zest.
Yeah, it could be. I love that he's chasing these down. I think that's so critical here.
What? They stopped?
Dude, yeah. Shade finishes. You do a little blocky block. Okay, so this situation, I think Zest might be able to just go kill him with
it
Void
seems
Rays.
like there's not enough, just as far as numbers, but also as far as sophistication goes.
Okay, he's going to get rid of this other gate. Blink is going to be done by the time he gets there because he has taken this detour.
Yeah, but I think with the Void Rays ready, the Stalkers and the Adepts, I think this isn't one that you can finesse your way through. I think Muscle takes a larger
Well, he doesn't
priority.
have a proxy to warp in on. I think he has a probe coming through the center, maybe? Oh, that's a Creator probe going the other way.
The Oracle will draw the army away. Oh, no, it's actually, he's going to lay a trap to stun the workers.
Yeah, Creator very on top of things, though. He actually blinks out behind.
He's going to try to catch the sentries, but he mistimed it.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't think that's going to work out for him. Oh, he cancels that. Okay. Trying to pick off sentries first.
Oh, second Guardian Shield blinking away.
Yeah, the blink is definitely helping a lot here. His third gate going to be finishing up. Oh, he actually forces a recall, gets one of the voids as well.
This game is very reminiscent of Game 1. Very back and forth.
Yeah,
staying on top. A lot of very difficult moments, a lot of very difficult decisions. I'm not sure how long that was blocked off, but it does seem like there were no probes mining at the natural this whole game.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that Nexus, I think, just finished, right? Because he made it as he was moving out.
I thought it had been finished for a little bit longer. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, either way, yeah, he wasn't mining until just now. The worker count is really, really similar. Zest is getting Blink, but it is a ways off.
Yeah, but if you look at what Creator has, he doesn't quite have enough to capitalize on Blink. He can, blink and then get away and maybe take a unit out.
That might almost be okay, too. Because, sometimes people overmake Stalkers when they have Blink, you know? Maybe right now going into Immortals is the right play. Well, Creator continues to make Stalkers. Like, if your opponent's making Voids here, that's definitely what you want, right?
Yeah, I basically agree.
But if you can figure out that your opponent's going to go into Blink, Immortals are going to be really, really nice. Creator does have his Robo finishing up pretty soon here. Oh, I like it though, man. Like, he's keeping up his unit production. He's tied in probes right now.
Yeah, no, he's looking great.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice redeeming things about where he's at. Zest stopped on the 1 Void, so the Void Ray is really not going to be a big factor. Like, maybe if he leaves it at home, you can't Prism Harass or something, but that's it.
No, I think you're correct. I mean, they had a very specific role in this game, and they you know, there will not be a late game usage the same way for them.
Yeah.
So there's 2 more Adepts coming across the map. This could be intercepted by the 6 Stalkers.
Yeah, good move. He hides in the bushes. They better not be breathing too loud.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, yeah, they heard him.
Now the other Stalkers for Zest are coming across the map, and there may be a naked spot here on the map. I don't see anything to defend.
Ooh.
Now, this is actually an insane amount of damage with nothing to contend.
That is an insane amount of damage. This is really kind of sad. Okay, Creator's going for the counter, but Zest actually recalls. He kills 8 probes and recalls. A perfect move.
But there are no Immortals inside the base right now for... Right? There are no Immortals here at all for Zest.
There's no Immortals. There's 2 batteries, though, and he does have this Void, so he's getting some damage done there,
but
for sure.
I'll tell you, man, the juggling from Creator is pretty sick.
It's pretty sick between Blinks and Juggles. You're definitely right. He has those Warpins as well.
An insane amount of damage done from that Void Ray.
Yeah, the Void Ray is doing some heavy lifting here.
But the Immortal comes out at the top.
Oh my god, you are right about that. He's trying to pull it back. He's trying to micro it and keep it alive, but he's out of battery energy here on the bottom. A lot of his Stalkers actually in the back not firing, but this Immortal at the top doing so much.
A Blink on top.
Oh, he gets the Prism. It actually even had a unit left over, I think, and he forces Creator to blink out. Zest squeezes his way into staying alive.
Now the
oh my god.
That was such an insane fight. There was no way for the Stalkers to get the proper arc. Oh, he doesn't kill the pylon. Now, Creator is not dead, okay? But it's going to be hard for him to win from here.
Yeah, the 3rd Nexus, the fact that he's now got a couple of Mortals.
The rest of the tech is here for Zest. Obviously, Blink Stalkers can allow you to try to get a better position, but when your opponent has Blink Stalkers, they're able to answer just as quickly.
Yeah, it seems like Creator doesn't have great options right now. He's making a Prism. I think he's just going to go all in from here, and I think it's the right play.
I agree.
You can't imagine fighting back in a macro game here because your opponent just has the additional Nexus, so he has more patches to mine from and 50% more probe production. So it's just like, he also has the 2 Immortals, right? So you can never catch up on Immortals or Economy.
You would have to have such a better angle of attack here if you're Creator.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's possible. Like, the thing is, he has that mobility that the Blink Stalkers have. He might be able to, between the Prism and this many Blink Stalkers, pull Zest around. Maybe he can kill the 3rd Nexus, right?
Yeah.
And make it a more even game like that. Maybe he can blink into the main base and then recall something like that. This is a very tactical situation if Creator wants to try to take
All right,
this.
he blinks in. Great dive. Takes out the first Immortal. We have Guardian Shields here on both sides. The angle actually a little bit better right now for Zest.
Yeah.
The Immortal's still doing damage. This is over, I think.
Yeah, his battery is too much. He just tried the pure brute strength approach there, and Zest had too much. I think there were slightly better options than that, but that's okay. I think Creator played a very nice game, and Zest just kind of grinded it out.
Okay.
Crazy game, though. Now we're tied up 1-1.
This is the best series so far today. These are real great PvPs.
Yeah, these are good. These are really nice.
Okay, this is it, the last game. Only one of these 2 players advances. It's all down to our final map. It's either Creator or Zest. The early games here are crazy. Some of the most interesting early game PvPs we've had in a while. Now, Creator, look, he's been a good player for a long time, but the pressure's really on. And this is where Creator tends to fall apart. But if he can do it against Zest, he can do it against anybody. This is going to be his proving grounds. The fight to get to the round of 16. Zest, he's done this a million times before. But he has to make it work now, or he's out.
All right, let's do it. Ice Chrome going to be set 3. Can Creator make his dreams come true and advance in the GSL?
Our game has now loaded up. This is the final match of the game, the day, excuse me. Creator versus Zest, game 3.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. Video Greens, Creator, 장현우. TaeJa at game, Zest, 주성.
Some really strong strategies coming out of these guys. Very pleasing games.
I'm rooting for Creator, man. I want him to take this.
Yeah.
No disrespect, Zest.
Well, I think Zest being in the next round makes the tournament a bit stronger, but I want to see Creator rise up, you know? Like, you want to see these people that are putting in the time and the effort make it. It's always sad. And it happens to so many StarCraft pros. So many StarCraft pros are just middling. You know, they never win championships. They never really make it that deep. The thing is, they're required for the other pros to be there and do well, right? The pro scenes that only have 16 players in them to play every 16-player bracket, you know, those are not exciting like StarCraft, where we have these guys that can come up. It is possible.
Yeah.
We have seen it.
And especially after following these players for so long.
Sometimes
you know, to see that, like, oh man, you did it. Wow.
Yeah. Don't forget, this is Bjorn's story, right? Bjorn was a very middling pro for a long time, and then he became the best player in the damn world, and now he's one of the most beloved pros ever.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, that can happen. Is this the beginning of Creator's Bjorn story?
Let's hope so, man.
That would be super cool.
But, you know, if Zest wins, we've got another great player in the round of 16. You were saying earlier, this just feeds into us having the strongest round of 16 thus far with the players that have advanced. I know it's not a lot, but it's the beginning of something.
Well, yeah, I mean, the players have advanced already. It's like every group is pretty stacked this season. So, if it goes that way, yeah, the round of 16 is going to be silly. Okay, he actually shows that he has the adepts. Cancel there. Creator using a lot of the same ideas, right? Puts the pylon down, he wants to see what you have. He knows that it's adepts. He actually goes into... Oh, this is interesting. So he put the pylon down this game. He was making adepts like we saw before. I feel like I need to rewatch game 1 to see exactly the timing that he had the Stargate on, but to go into the Nexus immediately when you see the adepts is I'm fascinated, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, Robo's coming now here for Creator.
Yeah, Zest has a third gate.
There's the hidden pylon for Zest.
So it seems like he's going to put on pressure, but...
Yeah. But he's got a Nexus along with it, so it's kind of weird. It's definitely not a hefty amount of pressure. Yeah, is that just for warping in, or is he going to make a Stargate or something weird like that there?
Oh, it's for warping in, yeah. Because he has 3 gates. So it's like he wants to do something.
Oh, dude, this is so cute. He's going to draw him back and then get 2 adepts in his main and win.
Yeah, that's a real possibility.
This is something, you know, he might just miss this. Listen,
wouldn't that be a way to die?
Yeah, the units are going to get there right. Like his, you know, StarCraft 2 especially, your eyes have to be in the exact right spot. Denied!
Oh!
Denied!
Wow, really nice. Can't really do counter damage himself here, but...
Yeah, but that was an incredible hold here.
Yeah, so important.
Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Denied again!
Well?
Uh-oh, they get in there. He says...
Undenied!
He says, denial. It's just a river in Egypt.
What a comeback that would be.
Yeah.
All right, well, Creator actually gets in. Let's see how much he gets done here. I feel like he should be targeting probes, but he's not targeting very well. I think in theory he could have gotten a ton of damage there, and it didn't quite happen, but he got 4 probes.
I think he could have gotten maybe 7 or something like that, but
yeah,
let's see what the next...
I think even more.
Yeah. Now, the Adepts are shading back here. He opts to shade in a counter move here. I was wondering if he was going to try to shade forward or what.
He's playing PBZ right now.
Okay, uh-oh. He can just shoot that down, right?
He could, but with 3 Adepts behind and your Adepts in red.
Better to not do it.
Oh, gosh.
What am I seeing here?
I think it's a little bit of a base trade going on. Like, you're going to lose your Nexus if Zest wants to kill it, but Zest might try to just go for the kill, too.
The War Prism's almost here.
Oh my God! All right, he finishes that up, goes up the ramp.
Wait, there's just too much, right?
Hold on though, hold on. Over here. He's targeting the Sentry. Oh, nice
micro, but Immortals are not great against the Adepts, you know.
Well, hold on, he's fighting with his probes. Okay, so he ends up holding that right there.
Well, one Immortal I don't think is going to cut it.
Yeah, one Immortal is not that scary.
What a wacky game. They both actually are not going to be able to do enough to each other.
This was a very anticlimactic base trade.
Yeah.
This was a lose your army in your opponent's base trade.
They didn't even trade. They just both showed up with their bases and then went back home again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, so where are we at now? Worker count is almost the same.
Yeah, it's very similar.
There is Immortal tech here for Creator.
Yeah.
We don't have a... Oh, no, yeah, we definitely don't have a Robo
Creator's
yet here
in a better
for
spot.
Zest.
Creator's in a better spot. Just to be really, really clear, like, guys, okay, so Zest has 8 Adepts, 8 Stalkers, but it's 2 Immortals and a Prism. The Robo is just finishing here for Zest. So Zest is moving out again. I think he needs to, too. He needs to keep pressure on with these units because his army just will not catch up in the Immortal count.
Okay, this angle is actually really awkward because the Immortal,
can kill that.
The linchpin that can hold the fight, one of them is actually outside and can be picked off. He needs to get the War Prism of their best.
Yeah, he needs to save that. Okay, he saves it. Few pickoffs here for Zest. Zest is like manufacturing his own luck right now by keeping this pressure on. Zest is doing everything in his power to make this game something that he can win.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it too. Disruptor tech immediately.
Beautiful.
That is really smart.
Instantly off having the second base, just barely getting some more resources from that.
That's actually great. Because right now it feels to me like the best play for Creator is to make a bunch of units, go with your Mortals and go across the map. But that means that you don't have things like Blink or Charge, which are good counters to Disruptors. So the Disruptors will actually massacre him if he tries to attack. Wow. There's some high-level stuff going on in this game. This is an excellent game.
Yeah, this has been a fantastic PvP series. I think maybe the best of the year so far. If we casted a PvP that's been this good.
This is my favorite PvP of the year so far.
Same. Okay, War Prism speed being upgraded here for Zest.
This is awesome, but Creator is getting, he saw what's going on. He's getting a Stargate. Phoenixes are a great counter in this situation.
Notice the spread of Stalkers down here.
If he loses this.
Oh,
no. Oh, no.
He's going to regroup.
Is this why Creator doesn't go to the round of 16?
And the Stalker bounce is coming.
No!
Oh, man. Okay, well, he can recall.
Okay, you know what? He saved it as well as he could have. Truly.
Yeah. Well,
the Prism's not that important. The Immortals are.
Yeah, had he lost the Immortals in the Prism, that's like, it's hard to come back from that, if not impossible to come back from that.
He's so far behind at that point.
A War Prism can be remade. And having 3 Immortals now in this game, I think he still maintains his tech advantage. But if control favors Zest here, he can absolutely start to take wins.
If he gets a really solid Disruptor shot, that is gigantic. Good split. Only 1 Stalker goes down. That's acceptable.
Snipes the Observer. Adepts to track. Obviously, he doesn't want to try to shade into that.
Very cute cannon there. Very cute cannon. I like that a lot, actually.
It appears we're going to have a third base pretty soon here at 9 o'clock for Zest.
This game is awesome. He has some Phoenixes, right? He has 2, I think.
The Warp Prism's going to move back across the map. I don't think there's are there stalkers in the main. I don't think there are.
I'm not sure, but he should have his 2 Phoenixes up there. So, well, where? Where are they? Oh, they're flying down the map actually on the right.
He does spot the 3rd. Oh,
this
hold
is
on.
funny.
They
The
just
prism
missed
flew
it.
in between.
Now again, if you end up losing the... okay, hold on. This could be bad.
Quick reaction time. Quick reaction, yeah. Yeah, he won't quite get it.
God, that was... I was holding my breath there, man.
Yeah, no, it was...
If he lost that Warp Prism to the 2 Adepts, damn.
Yeah.
That would have just been like, okay, now's the moment where all the important stuff was lost.
Yeah. Okay, look at what Zest is doing. He's getting glaives and Colossi. Now, Colossi, you guys, I don't know if you remember, but 4 years ago when the new Disruptor meta in PvP was playing out, there was a lot of rotations in it, and Phoenixes became the counter to Disruptors, and then the counter to Phoenixes, because you get a lot of Phoenixes to lift all the Disruptors, was to get Colossi out.
Yeah.
Because Phoenixes don't really, it's like, oh, they hit air, and those are technically, you know, they get hit. It's like, don't worry, Phoenixes don't kill Colossus. it's a very reasonable counter.
Oh, this is funny.
And then, yeah. You see it. It takes a long time for Phoenixes to really do anything.
They finally get through it and take out like 3% of the health.
So this is really cool to see. The fact that he got glaives blows my mind.
Well, it's just another additional upgrade that might give you enough to tip over the other side.
He had those 8 leftover depths. You may as well. Charge is not always the right call. Sometimes it is glaives.
Now this angle is not ideal to try to come in through, but when he gets these glaives and depths in here, maybe he takes a fight. No, he backs off. Oh, what?
That was, he just mistakenly let some of them finish. Okay, but this army is so much better for Zest.
Oh.
Okay.
What? What happened there?
He lifted it to cancel.
Yeah. More pressure here. This is, I think, probably the climax of this game.
Oh, he already used that overcharge. You got to back up here, it says. Okay, here we go. He does have those charge lots going on top. Yeah, that doesn't look very good for Creator.
Again, these Phoenixes are so far away from ever killing these Colossi.
You can kind of see Zest grinding down this army a little bit right now.
Yeah,
the lifts are on the Disruptors.
The Archons are stuck in the back. They are not even attacking right now.
So brutal.
Oh, I think Zest might have done it.
Yeah, it does look that way right now. Creator losing so much.
History repeats itself. Another great series by Creator, but ultimately he does go out in the round of 24. And Zest proves why he's had the success that he has had.
He's still going to stay in this. He's trying to find some sort of way.
I don't think there's one, though.
Yeah, it seems very tough. He can't let a Disruptor hit him, obviously.
There's way more poke potential with 2 Colossi and a Disruptor.
Certainly, you're right about that.
Good pickup here.
Yeah, very nice pop. Okay, he's going to lift him. He's going to lift him. There's just way too much here for Zest.
I don't even know if the Disruptors have to attack to win this. GG.
Yeah. Creator just devastated there. Puts his hands on his head. He played really nicely tonight. I actually have a bit of nerd chills right now. Creator played some nice games tonight.
No, he looked fantastic.
He looked good, but Zest looked really good.
Creator always hard on himself when he loses, but I'll tell you what, this is, I think, some of the best we've ever seen him play.
Maybe you turn the corner.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the beginning.
Yeah.
Certainly isn't the end tasteless.
No. We're going to have an interview now with Zest. Go ahead, Andy.
Wow, what a phenomenal PvP match that was. But in the end, it is Zest of Raise Your Edge Gaming taking the win. Congratulations. Thank you. You move on as a second place to the round of 16. How do you feel? Well, you know, playing against Creator today, he has a great sense of the game. He's very he has very good reaction speed. You know, at first I played with a comfortable mind, but I think I was lucky today. Whatever dream was definitely the comeback point.
일당백이 되더라고요. 사실 그렇게 러쉬 병력을 걷어내던 순간 주성 선수에게는 최악의 위기 상황 아니었나요?
And Zest, there was a really bad situation for you after the rush.
광자 배터리가 제일 큰 역할을 했던 것 같아요.
Well, I definitely think
그
battery
역전의 그
overcharge
순간
was definitely very instrumental to my win
선수는
today.
아마 굉장히 아쉬워하셨을 거예요.
I'm sure Creator is very disappointed. It could have been his GSL round 16 after 8 years. Did you know that?
알고 있었는데
Well, I knew it.
그래가지고 제가 이 경기에서 빌드 먹혔을 때
So after the second game, when my strategy worked,
보내주는구나 하고 있었는데
I thought I would actually let Creator move on to round 16. But as I said before, I think I was lucky today.
난전을 저희가 볼
It was
수가
definitely a
있어서
very entertaining
좋았는데요.
match.
자,
Zest.
오늘 이렇게 2위 진출자는 주성욱 선수가 됐습니다.
So it is Zest securing the second place spot in the Group B.
이렇게 동족전이나 타 종족전에 비해서 저그전 성적이
So
아쉬운
let's
점은
talk about
좀
the winners
그대로
match.
남았습니다.
You
여전히
still
좀
do
어려운
struggle
점이
against
있다면
Zerg
어떤 게
compared to the
있을까요?
other races. So what makes the matchup against Zerg so hard?
요새 좀 트렌드가 바뀌어가지고
Well, I feel like the meta changed a lot,
되게 많이 쓰이고 있는데
and lurkers are being used a lot as well.
어떻게 해야 될지 이 게임을 지면서도 약간 좀
And you know, still I'm not too sure how to deal with that.
걱정이.
So that's big
네,
problem
아직은
that I
해답을
have.
구하고 계시는 중인 것 같은데요. 사실 시즌 1 테란 테마일 때 테란 우승자가 나오고
In
또
season
시즌 2
1,
저그 테마일
it was a
때
Terran
저그
theme,
우승자가
it was a Terran
나와서
champion. In season
이번
2,
시즌
it
또
was
프로토스
Zerg
테마잖아요.
champion. In
그래서
season
여러
3,
프로토스
all that's left is the
선수들에게
Protoss champion, right?
관심이 가고 있는 좀
So I mean,
상황이거든요.
the
이번
fans
시즌
have
좀
their
스스로
expectations on you,
상태는 좀
Zest.
어떤 것 같으세요?
So what do you think about this season?
최근에 좀 몸이 안 좋아가지고 연습을 열심히 못 해가지고
Recently, I was pretty sick,
올라가면 2등으로 올라가.
so you know I knew that if I advance today, I'll advance in second place. Why are you sick?
그래가지고 연습
I mean, I've been getting better,
많이 하지 못했어요.
but I couldn't practice as much.
앞둔 그 마음의 아픔은 아닌가요?
Is it because you're mentally struggling because of the army?
생겼을 수도 있죠.
I mean, I've gained a lot of stress from the army issue as well.
그래도 주성 선수가 끝까지 유종의 미를 거두시면서 그렇게 선수 생활을
But
보내셨으면
Zest, you
좋겠는데
tenaciously
저희가 또 이번 주
fight until the
금요일에
very end to
축제가
secure the second place
있습니다.
spot.
저희 GSL 10주년을 맞이하게
And
된
this
상황에서
Friday is 10th anniversary of
우승자
GSL.
출신 주성 선수가
So
또 한
Zest,
말씀
as
해주시면
a
좋을 것
previous
같거든요.
GSL champion, would you like to give a message?
그 GSL 무대
Well, as a pro gamer,
에서 우승하면서 제가 프로게이머로서 성장했다고 생각합니다.
you know, I believe my
다른 리그와 다르게 좀
my evolution as a pro gamer started when I won the GSL. So GSL means a lot to me.
자, 그런 만큼 주성 선수 이번 시즌 어떤 모습 보여줄지도
So
굉장히 기대가
we will
되는데요.
definitely look forward to your
마지막
plays,
한마디까지
Zest.
들어보겠습니다.
So anything you want to say before you go?
오늘 좀 경기력이 딱 좋지 못했는데.
Well, I don't think my performance was all that great today.
연습 좀 열심히
But in the round of 16, I'm going to try to practice harder and try to deliver a
다시
better
한번
performance.
2위 16강 진출
Once again,
축하드립니다.
congratulations, Zest. Thank you.
네, 이렇게 주성 선수
Cool.
만나봤는데요. 오늘 B조 경기
Zest moves on. Again, Creator, I think, even though it's sad he did not advance, and he was so close to doing so,
Yeah.
the games are great.
Yeah, that PvP series was really, really awesome.
It's almost easy to forget that TaeJa played today.
Yeah, it is a little bit. It's too bad he didn't even take a single map.
Yeah. I think some of it was just circumstance for how the games went. I think he can deliver. He looked good before.
Yeah, I think his TVZ looks much better than his TVP so far.
I agree.
I hope he can get that together for the next tournament.
Group C is going to be on Friday at 5 p.m., so a different day and a different time. Please mark this down. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be great. Maru, Nightmare, Ragnarok, and Dream will be playing.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting group. Nightmare, of course, getting back into the GSL after so long. Can't really expect too much of him here. The other three are really big guns.
Yeah, Maru, I think, advances easy peasy. Dream, Ragnarok, I mean, that's going to be a great match, and I guess we just see where Nightmare is when his time comes.
I hope he brings some cool builds like he did last time. He's the first guy to use Blink DT.
Yeah. That was a really special cast. We got to see that. Again, Creator looked really good today, but
yeah. I mean, it has to be really frustrating because, like you said, he comes close and doesn't quite make it, and that happened again. But the thing is, other times when he didn't make it, it felt like he was choking. Here, it felt like he got a little bit outplayed by, like, the winningest Protoss that's still active, Zest. Right?
Yeah.
People forget that about Zest. It's like, oh, no, this guy's won 2 GSLs, okay? Like, he's serious. He's the real deal. Yeah, so he got outplayed, but it didn't feel like he self-destructed. It didn't feel like he was so angry at himself that he just started to play like crap, because that's what we've seen from him in the past, and we didn't see that.
He was clutch basically the whole way through.
Yeah.
It was actually a really interesting back-and-forth PvP in all the games. Zest uses his experience and good decision-making to come out on top, but Zest, you know, almost got eliminated.
Yeah.
And
It was
Creator
close.
looked very good against Dark, so I feel like we're almost not even talking about Dark that much because he got out of the group so fast.
He
but
really did get out very
That's another
quickly.
player to watch for as well.
Yeah. Well, anytime Dark is actually in shape, he can win a tournament, right?
Yeah. Looks like the scariest Zerg there is. Him and Rogue.
Yeah.
At least for GSL. Cyril as well, of course.
Yeah.
Again, guys, do not forget we're going to be back on Friday. Very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, different time.
No Saturday cast. And Friday is going to be the 10-year, literally on the day, the 10-year anniversary of GSL.
That's freaking me out a little bit. Are you getting old?
No.
No? Because I know
Yes.
I'm not, but...
Yeah, one of us is getting old, one of us is not. I think it's you're the one that seems like it doesn't age. No, look, 10 years ago, we had gotten the gig to do GSL. Here we are 10 years later.
10 years ago today, we were sitting there and be like, oh, my God, we got our cast GSL
Yeah,
in 2
so
days.
they're going to let us do it. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I'll see you on that day.
Yeah. We'll see you then, Tasteless.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bye. I got to go to bed.
Yeah. We were much younger, though.
Yeah.
Artosis and me. I had my skateboard. He had his propeller hat out. And
Yeah.
No, man, it's crazy. Longest standing esports show. So do join us on Friday to celebrate. I guess we're going to keep talking. I don't know what the Creamcasters are talking about, but we normally close it out
Probably
by
just
now.
the fact that we have that schedule change and that Creator played well.
It's time for us to go. We have permission. Guys, we love you. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. And have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. Bye-bye.